The whole drive, you just see this defense, this offense, they're just attacking a lot of no huddle, which allows the defense to kind of not call a bunch of different things. UCLA sold out on the blitz and they lost. Utah got enough of everyone coming in there and got around the corner for the touchdown.
What a great drive, capped off by the touchdown run by Parker. The PAT is up, and the PAT is good or no good. They'll say no good. Dylan Curtis, his first ever PAT, goes wide. So it's 6-0, the Pepsi touchdown. Brought to you by Pepsi, the official soft drink of Utah football. 11 plays, 75 yards. 4 minutes and 11 seconds off the clock. Dampier ran for 12, threw for 30, and Utah leads at 6-0. Timeout on the field. First half being proudly brought to you by Bud Light. Easy to drink and easy to enjoy. This is Utah football from ESPN.
At the 15. So Clemson back in the CPI red zone with 68 seconds left in the contest and down 7, but 3rd and 4 at the LSU 15.
And you said we're waiting on that for Adam out of the backfield to catch a pass. That was it.
Ball in.
Without the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
As Utah's #1 credit union and the official credit union of U of U Athletics, America First can help you do more with your money and show more of your Crimson spirit everywhere you go. Because America First is the only place you can get the Utes Visa debit card, which gives you access to exclusive tickets and pricing, early game day entry into Rice-Eccles Stadium, and all the perks, features, benefits, power, and convenience of an America First card. Helping your money do more starts with you. So head to your neighborhood branch or AmericaFirst.com and score your official Utes debit card today.
Hurry up and try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs. They're 4 fun-sized Crazy Puffs packed with layers of pepperoni, cheese, and sauce, and perfect on the go. Enjoy Crazy Puffs on a unicycle. Whoa! In a hot air balloon! Or riding piggyback on your friend Keith. Faster, Keith, faster!
Can I have a delicious Crazy Puff?
Sorry, Keith, they're too tasty. Whee! Try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs on the go for only $3.99.
Pizza.
Available at participating locations. Prices may vary. Prices higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and third-party online sites, plus tax.
Rocky Mountain Power is proud to support the University of Utah by providing safe, reliable energy that lights our campus, keeps our laptops charged, and powers opportunities every day. From the classroom to the weight room, from the groundbreaking research labs to Rice-Eccles Stadium, Rocky Mountain Power is always there to help propel our students and our community forward. Rocky Mountain Power, powering your greatness. Now, let's light the U.
You're listening to Utah Football, brought to you by Smith's on ESPN 700 and the Ute Sports Network.
Tonight's Utah Football broadcast brought to you by Great Clips. I want to get you in, out, and back to greatness. Download their online check-in app. Great Clips is going to be great. I'll tell you what was great. The opening drive of the Jason Beck and Devin Dampier era. 11 plays, 7 runs, 4 passes. 50 yards on the ground, 30 yards through the air. 3 for 3 on third down. 4 chunk plays. 2 runs and 2 passes. I don't know that you could have scripted any better, Scott.
No, and it's what you want. You want that balance. Clearly, Utah wants to come out and establish the running game. And that offensive line, that first series, as advertised, Devin Dampier, as advertised, and really the support guys. I mean, just great effort across the board. Running backs running hard. It just, it's as perfect as you'd want it.
Dylan Curtis approaches, puts his right foot into it, high and end over end, but short, returnable for Marshall for the 5-yard line. Jaden Marshall out across the 10 to the 15. Jaden Marshall trying to get to the edge, and he'll be taken down on a nice open field tackle for Utah at about the 23-yard line.
Not so special on the special team so far. I mean, a missed extra point, true freshman, and that ball very returnable. Not a good sign here. Clearly a little bit of nerves from that young kicker, but he's got some things he's got to figure out.
Matt Clark made the tackle of the special teams. We'll get our first look now at Nico Iamaleava, the talented transfer quarterback for the University of Tennessee. 6'6" and 215 pounds, operates by himself out of the shotgun. 5 wide receivers at his disposal on first down. Now they'll shift personnel all over the place. Bring him back into the backfield. That's Jalen Berger. Now he brings a tight end in motion, hands the ball. Now play action pass fired over the middle, nearly intercepted, tipped at the line of scrimmage, and incomplete. May have been Logan Fano who got his hand up to deflect that ball at the line of scrimmage. Either way, it goes incomplete. There's a look at Yep, it was Logan Fano on a twist inside, Scott, that got his hand on that ball.
Yeah, and that's something Utah just really practices a lot at, and they're probably one of the best teams in the country in tipping those balls at the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 10. Utah pressing up at the line of scrimmage. Tight end in motion again. Iamaleava stands in the shotgun. Wide receiver motions out. They'll play action again. Throw over the middle. That ball's caught beyond the 35 to the 40, and that'll be a first down. Mikey Matthews, the former Utah wide receiver, transfer from Cal, makes the catch and picks up 17 yards, making 18 yards to the 41 for a first down.
Yeah, and I like this look by Utah. Give them a tight look at the line of scrimmage, make the throws tough. But that was an outstanding throw and catch.
Matthews played for a year at Utah, then transferred to Cal. 1st and 10, UCLA at their own 41. They hand it to the tailback Berger, and he's stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Lander Barton, playing his senior year for Utah, comes in from his linebacker spot to make the tackle for no gain. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that's something that real emphasis by Utah, but great initial surge and penetration, really stopped the run before it ever got started there. And then, of course, Lander cleans it up at the end.
2nd and 10, tailbacks in the backfield. Woods and Thomas. They flank Iamaleava left and right. Now they motion a man out of the backfield. Iamaleava play action. Pressure coming up the middle. Throws one down the middle. Has a man open, incomplete. Oh, my. He had Mikey Matthews all by himself at the Utah 25. A better pass, and he walks into the end zone instead. Incomplete.
Yeah, that's just the backside slot getting open on the opposite side there in his zone. Just gets lost. That slot receiver, you just got to know where he is so often, and sometimes they get lost.
3rd down and 10 for UCLA. Anthony Woods, the tailback, and also a former Ute, stays in the ball game. 3 receivers and a tight end. Utah with 4 at the line of scrimmage. Iamaleava, now the blitz comes. They're coming after him. Throws into the flat. It's complete into the flat. He's got a tight end short. Oh, goodness. He had a man open in the flat. He'll be about a yard shy of the first down. It was Hudson Habermill. And now we'll see if UCLA goes for it. They will. They leave the offense on the field. 4th and 1 coming up for the 50-yard line. Good open field tackle on the play out there. Jalen Berger, the tailback.
Utah had kind of that race car, NASCAR package, and really came after Nico and was able to get the ball off quickly. A good open field tackle would have stopped that short.
Big gamble here. Iamaleava will probably keep it himself as he empties the backfield on 4th down and 1. Now he shifts personnel around. Berger, the backfield tailback. Iamaleava. Hands. Berger, first down. He needed 1. He got about 1.5, almost 2, and the UCLA drive stays alive on a good surge by that rebuilt UCLA offensive line.
Yeah, and a lot of the throws and everything are happening in this drive kind of short, quick. They're just trying to get him comfortable with the ball, and UCLA hadn't really run the ball very effectively, but those play action quick throws have been the plays that have worked well right now.
Tight end right with a wide receiver, tight end left with another receiver to the left. Thomas in the backfield. Jet Thomas, the Cal transfer, pushes his way forward and picks up about 3 to the 45-yard line. Javion Thomas tackled by the backup linebacker Trey Reynolds. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
It's going to be interesting to see how this rotation happens for Utah with that defensive line. They really try to get a lot of guys in there. They've been on the field here for a minute, and there's that game shape, and then there's practice shape, and keeping guys fresh and active through this game will be key for Utah.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left-hand side. Tailback Javion Thomas. Iamaleava changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Utah showing pressure on 2nd down and 7. Tight end in motion. Iamaleava drops to pass. Nico looking. Pressure in his face. Fires down the middle. Incomplete. Looking for Atamalala. Titus. It goes off his fingers. Incomplete. 3rd down coming up.
Look, Utah didn't get to the quarterback, but they kind of squozed the pocket. And that's what you want to do right there. John Henry Daly was just really nice and just getting a really good push, surge up the field. The same thing with Logan on the other side, which is why that throw was high.
0 for 1 on 3rd down. They converted on 4th last time around. 3rd down and 7 here for Iamaleava. Takes the snap, backpedals. Steps, fires over the middle, complete. That's going to be shy of the first down by about 2 yards. Mikey Matthews made the catch again. They'll mark him just inside the 40. He needed the 38. Fourth down at about 1.5 yards. They're going to keep the offense out there again.
And again, just these kind of short, high percentage throws, a lot of confidence throws, and Nico Iamaleava is doing a really good job of locating the ball in the right place and getting rid of it, because this pass rush seems pretty like stout right now for Utah.
What Utah has to be aware of here is him keeping the ball, sticking it in the belly of the tailback and keeping it. He's going to pass here on 3rd down and 4th down and short over the middle. Incomplete. Coverage on the play. Right there. It was Blake Cotton who had it. And that will turn it over on downs to the University of Utah. Great coverage by Cotton. It goes incomplete, and the Utah defense makes a stand here with 6:37 to play in the first quarter, leading 6-0. We'll have a timeout here on the field. Yes, we will. And when we come back, we'll check in with our third member of our broadcast team, Stevenson Sylvester. Hey, Utah fans, traveling to a game this year? Use bookseats.com to make it easy to build your own travel package. Flights, hotels, tickets, and more. Savings up to 30%. Go to bookseats.com and plan your trip today. Go Utes. For the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California, it's Utah 6 and UCLA nothing. It's Utah football from ESPN 700 and the Utes Sports Radio Network.
Hey there, gets to the stadium before the players wake up, tailgater. You're a master of, well, everything. The grill, the sides, the drinks, the atmosphere, the team spirit. It's tough being the life of the party week after week, but your dedication and enthusiasm are what we admire most. The game's not the game without you. So when you're ready to upgrade your trusty tailgate transportation, try Ken Garf. Hey, we hear you.
Shaping a game plan for your family's healthcare involves more than just X's and O's. It's being there when you need them most or when you least expect it. As the trusted healthcare provider for the Utes family and yours, University of Utah Health has the right playbook for keeping your team healthy no matter what age or need. Get the same care the Utes rely on by visiting uofuhealth.org. That's uofuhealth.org.
There are plenty of reasons Big O is the team you trust, and tires is only the first. We've got your back from the bottom of your car to the top. No matter what your concerns are, Big O's experienced technicians have you covered. Service, it's one more reason Big O is the team you trust.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs.
Old Dominion, official freight carrier of Utah Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
You're listening to Utah Football, brought to you by America First Credit Union on ESPN 700 and the Utes Sports Network.
Tonight's Utah Football broadcast being brought to you by Jersey Mike's, because authentic ingredients make them a sub above. Go Utes. Third member of our broadcast team is patrolling the sideline again this year. Let's go downstairs for a Ken Garf sideline update with Sly. Sly, what did you see on that defensive stand for Utah?
I saw the defensive first game of the year. There was a lot of nerves that's going on, but it was great technique. Of course, that first play, knocking that down on the RPO by Logan Fano. I saw a lot of plays made by the captains, right? Logan Fano, Lander Barton, taking charge, the communication. It was great. I know they got a couple first downs, but they settled in. That first drive is always hard for the defense, right? Now that they got a 4 and out on that drive, it's going to get even better for this defense. They're going to get more confident, so that's good. I love the way this defense is set. I think we're good to go. This is going to be a great game for us.
1st and 10 Utah from their own 40-yard line. Devin Dampier hands to Wayshawn Parker. Wayshawn across the 40 out to about the 43 for a 3-yard gain. He's run it well so far. The sophomore out of the Sacramento area. Had a nice freshman year up at Washington State, 700 yards plus and 4 touchdowns, 2nd down and 7.
And that run is there. I mean, the offensive line just getting a great surge right now.
New personnel on the field for Utah. 2 tights, 2 wides for Utah. Parker stays in the ball game. Now it's Rogers. Rogers, Dampier throws down the field, caught. That's Jackson Benny, the safety-made wide receiver, inside the 45 to the UCLA 40-yard line for Jackson Benny, who is a phenomenal athlete. You're going to see him play a lot of wide receiver.
And what a well-designed play. I mean, Jackson Benny comes in motion like he's going to block. They do an option to the right here with an option to throw. Great read by Devin Dampier. I really love that. Jackson Bain just peels to the outside. He's wide open.
Hunter Andrews in motion. Handoff to Kerry Rogers. Behind a big offensive line surge ahead. Picks up 6 to the UCLA 34-yard line. Outfielder turned linebacker John Vaughns made the tackle for UCLA.
Well, he's still in the outfield, and so is his defense. I'm telling you, this offensive line is just coming off the ball. I know it's early. I know it's only the second drive of the season, but they look seasoned right now.
Rogers motions out an empty backfield. Dampier in the shotgun by himself. Plenty of time. Devin's going to scramble, look, make a man miss. 35-30, 25, and slides at the 24-yard line. Is that going to be a flag? Not a flag, but he picks up first down yardage on a gain of 10. Cole Martin, the nickelback, and safety made the tackle for UCLA.
This is the nightmare that Coach Whittingham talked about. I mean, everybody's covered. He's got all day long to throw because you're doing such a great job of running. Does a nifty move in the backfield, misses a guy, gets a 12-yard gain. I mean, how do you stop that? You can't.
Empty backfield again, Dampier. Parker split wide to the left, 3 receivers to the right-hand side, flanker screen, caught by Smith-Snowden. Smith to the outside and tripped up after about a 3-yard gain down to the 22-yard line. Well done by UCLA to break that up. It looked well blocked initially. Tackle on the play by Stratford.
It was amazingly blocked. I mean, these wide receivers just create a seam there. They're in that too deep look. Smith's got to just hit it up the field. He can't dance around.
Buchanan flank wide to the right. Stacked receivers to the left-hand side. Parker in the backfield with Dampier on 2nd down and 7. Buchanan comes in motion. Option play for Dampier. Devin makes a man miss. Dances in the hole. Pushes forward. And he'll pick up 3 yards to about the 19-yard line. Gary Smith III, the outstanding defensive tackle for UCLA, stood him up and dragged him down. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, it looked like Dampier was going to pull a Marcus Allen in the Super Bowl and wheel all the way back around. And he thought better of that at the end of the day there. Just keep following you guys, Devin, man. They're going to lead you to the promised land.
Second trip into the Canyon View Credit Union red zone, 3rd down and 4. Handoff, Snowden cuts up field, on his feet, dives to the 15. And he's got first down yardage, needed 4, picked up almost 5. And it's a first down inside the Canyon View Credit Union red zone. Jalen Woods, the Will linebacker, made the tackle for the Bruins, but Utah continues to hammer away here at UCLA.
Well, and they're doing it all over the field. I mean, this is a fly sweep to Smith-Snowden. He learned from that other play and really just tucked it up in there and made a great effort to get the first down. Just very, very great awareness, but just playing fast is such a key.
4 wide receivers on the field this time for Utah. Hunter Andrews in the backfield on 1st and 10 for the UCLA 15. Dampier to throw. Nothing there. He's going to tuck it and go. Devin cuts inside and will get down to about the 10-yard line. On a 5-yard gain, Jalen Woods makes the tackle after 5. That's just what he can do, Scott. Nothing's there. Everybody's covered. I'll go pick up 5.
And that's why they were so effective in the red zone a year ago. Extremely efficient in the red zone. I mean, you get 5 yards on first down from a broken play with your quarterback in the red zone. It's like getting a 20-yard gain, back on the 30-yard line.
Hunter Andrews stays in the game in the backfield. Dampier to pass again. Devin looking, surveying, rolling to the left. Pointing, directing traffic. Now he's going to go back the other way. Avoid traffic again. He's got running room, and he's going to be ripped down inside the 10 to the 8. He should have just kept going to the outside to the left, Scott. He had all day to run.
Well, I think those are like camp legs right there. I think he runs to his left, and he's like, and then he runs back to his right, and he's like, I'm kind of tired right now. Well, the guy kind of had the angle on him, but still, another positive play. I mean,
3rd down and 3 now for the 8-yard line. They're 4 for 4 on 3rd down tonight. Dampier in the backfield with the Kerry Rogers. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right-hand side. Dampier moves a man across the formation. That's Smith-Snowden. Smith's got it, bouncing to the outside. Now back to the inside, to the 5, to the 4, to the 3, to the 2, to the 1. That's a touchdown! Smith-Snowden made 3 men miss at the 5. Cut it back inside and found pay dirt in the UCLA end zone. It's a Utah touchdown.
Well, I think we've learned how they're going to use Smith-Snowden. I mean, it's just about touches, right? Just get touches to a guy who's athletic and let him make plays. I mean, that's what they did. And he's that guy on the edge that can get around the edge. He's, throw the flanker screen to him. Well used right now. You can see the package. You can see how they're taking advantage of his abilities.
Now Dylan Curtis out for the PAT here. Kick is up, and this time it's good. Freshman from Murray, Utah drives it through. That touchdown, a Pepsi touchdown. And that point after touchdown makes it 13-0 Utah with 1:25 to play here in the first quarter at the Rose Bowl. We've got a timeout on the field. We'll come back with a full recap. Scott's thoughts, Sly's thoughts on the touchdown drive. As we remind you, game day is ready at the Utah Campus Store, the official retailer of the U. Visit Utah Campus Store today or shop them online at store.utah.edu. This is Utah football from Pasadena and the Big O Tires broadcast booth on ESPN 700 and the Ute Sports Radio Network.
Rocky Mountain Power is proud to support the University of Utah by providing safe, reliable energy that lights our campus, keeps our laptops charged, and powers opportunities every day. From the classroom to the weight room, from the groundbreaking research labs to Rice-Eccles Stadium, Rocky Mountain Power is always there to help propel our students and our community forward. Rocky Mountain Power, powering your greatness. Now, let's light the U.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G Protein Bars, your ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office or conquering the daily grind, G2G is the perfect fuel. Quick, delicious, protein-packed. Score an 8-pack in the refrigerated section at Costco or your local grocer. Or go online at g2gbar.com. G2G Protein Bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
Hey, college football fans. I know you'd do anything for a win on game day. And an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fans section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. A win isn't a win without the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hurry up and try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs. They're 4 fun-sized Crazy Puffs packed with layers of pepperoni, cheese, and sauce, and perfect on the go. Enjoy Crazy Puffs on a unicycle. Whoa! In a hot air balloon! Or riding piggyback on your friend Keith. Faster, Keith, faster!
Can I have a delicious Crazy Puff?
Sorry, Keith, they're too tasty. Whee! Try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs on the go for only $3.99.
Pizza.
Available at participating locations. Prices may vary. Prices higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and third-party online sites, plus tax.
You're listening to Utah Football, brought to you by Smith's on ESPN 700 and the Ute Sports Network.
That Utah scoring drive, 10 plays, 60 yards, took 5-10 off the play clock. Smith stowed with his first offensive touchdown as a Ute. He had a pick 6 a year ago. How about Devin Dampier? In the ball game, 5 of 6, 61 yards through the air, 6 rushes, 30 yards. On that drive, 2 for 2 for 21 and ran for 18. Scott, I know it's early. It's only 2 drives, but you're smiling pretty big across the booth over there.
Well, it's the offensive line, really. I mean, everyone talked about how good they were, but the surges that they're getting on the run game, and then he just sits back there in the pocket. I mean, there's no pass rush, there's no nothing, and you give a guy like that kind of time when he's throwing it, you open those holes, like pretty impressive. And this isn't like South Dakota Eastern State or something. This is UCLA. This is a Big Ten opponent.
1:25 to play. Here's Dylan Curtis, has it teed up at his own 35. 13-0 Utah late in the first quarter. This kick a little bit better, high and end over end. Marshall's going to let this one go, and 8 yards deep into the end zone it goes. UCLA will get it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Our first half today being brought to you by Minky Couture. Football season will turn into blanket season very soon. Go pick up a Minky Couture blanket at any one of their 6 retail locations or buy them online as well. Got a timeout on the field. Fox has to pay some bills, so do we. It's 13-0 Utah. When the defense comes to the field momentarily, they're going to be brought to you by our friends at doTERRA. They bring you the defense each and every week. This is Utah Football from ESPN 700 and Ute Sports Radio Network.
When you see a game day tent, brand event, or a corporate gala, chances are Diamond Event and Tent is behind it. For over 40 years, they've powered Utah's biggest events with tent, furniture, and decor rentals and everything in between. From weddings to festivals, private parties to sporting events, they bring the structure, the style, and the service. So whether you're planning a tailgate or a black tie affair, think Diamond Event and Tent. Discover the rental possibilities at diamondevent.com. Every team needs a playbook. So does your business. Les Olson IT delivers complete office tech solutions. From network security to print and workflow tools, we design smart systems that work for you. No fumbles, no downtime, just results. Your business deserves a winning strategy. Let us help you run the right plays. Visit lesolson.com to kick off your upgrade.
Hey there, gets to the stadium before the players wake up, tailgater. You're a master of, well, everything. The grill, the sides, the drinks, the atmosphere, the team spirit. It's tough being the life of the party week after week, but your dedication and enthusiasm are what we admire most. The game's not the game without you. So when you're ready to upgrade your trusty tailgate transportation, try Ken Garf. Hey, we hear you.
Shaping a game plan for your family's health care involves more than just X's and O's. It's being there when you need them most or when you least expect it. As the trusted health care provider for the Utes family and yours, University of Utah Health has the right playbook for keeping your team healthy no matter what age or need. Get the same care the Utes rely on by visiting uofuhealth.org. That's uofuhealth.org.
You're listening to Utah Football, brought to you by America First Credit Union on ESPN 700 and the Ute Sports Network.
First half tonight being brought to you by Bud Light. Welcoming Utah fans back to 2025. Easy to drink and easy to enjoy. Our guy Dave Spatafor is back on the road with us this year. It's good to see good old Dave. He's back here with us. Got our first Spat stat of the night here. This is great for tonight. Utah's got as many first downs in the first quarter tonight as they did in the entire game last year against Iowa State. Two things at work here.
Oh, boy.
The offense wasn't great against Iowa State, but it's been great. They've got 9 first downs right now here in the first quarter.
You have to wonder how much it means to have your offensive coordinator and your quarterback come to the school at the same time. I think you're seeing a little bit of that, the effect of that right now.
Yep, UCLA's got it 1st and 10 at their own 25, trailing here 13-0. They didn't look bad at times on their first drive.
No.
Stopped on 4th down on their second 4th down attempt. Nico Iamaleava shotgun at his own 20. Jalen Berger next to him. Utah's got 8 near the line of scrimmage right now. Nico wants the ball, claps twice, play action pass, scrambling to his right, Iamaleava, and he's going to be hammered and taken down right at the line of scrimmage. Good coverage on the outside by Utah. They were there and ready for him. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
And I think that was the adjustment. You know, they realized they were just kind of playing off, so they really plastered these wide receivers, tight man-to-man coverage, and it's really stopping the only thing that UCLA's been able to do, which is, if it's the run-pass option where they're opting to throw the ball, or if it's just play action, it's kind of covered right now by Utah.
Jano Hall made the last tackle. 2nd down and 10. Jackson Benny on the field now as a safety/slot. They're going to hand the ball off, and the running back's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. That's Jalen Berger. Logan Fano there to make the tackle at a 2-yard loss. 3rd down and long coming up. Logan Fano appears to be a man on a mission this year.
Yeah, and you can see this defense is just playing with energy, and they're playing downhill, and they're playing tight to the line of scrimmage. I mean, they're really challenging UCLA to throw the ball, and they're just saying, you're not going to run it against us.
UCLA 0 for 2 on 3rd down so far tonight, have 12 to get. From their own 23, Iamaleava out of the shotgun, Anthony Woods next to him. 2 receivers left, 1 comes in motion from right to left. Now 3 on the left-hand side for the Bruins. Utah going to rush just 4 on Iamaleava. Lots of time for Nico. He's going to be wrapped up and taken down all the way back at the 10-yard line. Logan Fano got him, and 4th down coming up.
What a great effort, and you've been seeing it all night. And Nico is just holding the ball a little bit longer, but
that brings us to the end of the first quarter here at the Rose Bowl. Utah dominating and leading 13-0. They'll be getting the ball back when we get back. We'll let Scott finish his thoughts when we get back. We're also going to remind you, CR England committed to fighting childhood hunger. They fed nearly 13 million children since 2018. For every load they deliver and every yard the Utes get this year, a hungry child gets fed. Text Feed Utah Kids to 41444 today to join the fight. For the Big O Tires broadcast booth here at the Rose Bowl, this is Utah Football from ESPN 700 Utes Sports Radio Network.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G Protein Bars, your ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office or conquering the daily grind, G2G is the perfect fuel. Quick, delicious, protein-packed. Score an 8-pack in the refrigerated section at Costco or your local grocer. Or go online at g2gbar.com. G2G Protein Bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
Rocky Mountain Power is proud to support the University of Utah by providing safe, reliable energy that lights our campus, keeps our laptops charged, and powers opportunities every day. From the classroom to the weight room, from the groundbreaking research labs to Rice-Eccles Stadium, Rocky Mountain Power is always there to help propel our students and our community forward. Rocky Mountain Power, powering your greatness. Now, let's light the U.
Hey, college football fans. I know you'd do anything for a win on game day. And an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. A win isn't a win without the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hurry up and try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs. They're 4 fun-sized Crazy Puffs packed with layers of pepperoni, cheese, and sauce, and perfect on the go. Enjoy Crazy Puffs on a unicycle. Whoa! In a hot air balloon! Or riding piggyback on your friend Keith. Faster, Keith, faster!
Can I have a delicious Crazy Puff?
Sorry, Keith, they're too tasty. Whee! Try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs on the go for only $3.99.
Pizza.
Available at participating locations. Prices may vary. Prices higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and third-party online sites, plus tax.
You're listening to Utah Football, brought to you by Smith's on ESPN 700 and the Ute Sports Network.
Back in the Rose Bowl, second quarter action about ready to go, 13-0 Utah. They dominated the first quarter. We'll get you numbers in a minute, but fourth down was forced by a Logan Fano sack. Sly, what did you see on that on our Ken Garff sideline update?
I saw Logan Fano's evolution in the game. He's just a great understanding. He starts with a bull rush, sets the offensive lineman up on the inside, takes an inside step, spins back outside. So Nico Iamaleava thinks the inside's all taken up, goes outside right into Logan Fano's lap. That was all set up by Logan Fano. He is taking that evolution. And as I said, I think this is going to be his year, All-American type year for Logan Fano. He is determined, focused, and you can see it tonight.
He certainly looks like he did prior to the knee injury. First quarter numbers, Scott, 140 total yards for Utah, 89 on the ground, 51 through the air. 9 first downs, 5 for 5 on third down, and they recorded a sack. UCLA just 23 yards, -8 on the ground, 31 through the air, 0 for 3 on third down.
Yeah, clearly a total dominant effort there by Utah. You talk about Logan Fano and this offensive line, defensive line. It's one of those things where it's like steel sharpens steel. You know, this defensive line practice against this offensive line every single day, and you just can't help but get better. So it just, you know, you see the benefit of having good practice partners.
Rashawn Glover back to receive the Will Carroll punt. Carroll get a punt from his own end zone. Glover stands at midfield. No pressure. High hanging punt. Glover's going to come up and fair catch it at about the 50-yard line. Then he got hit by, how is that not catch interference? The UCLA player, even though he tried to pull up, bowled right into him. No flag. Utah will have it 1st and 10 at the Bruin 49.
I guess if there was no blood, then it's not a foul. It just certainly seemed like it was. And
it doesn't matter if you're trying to pull up or not. If you make contact with the return man.
And it's called, first game of the season, and maybe the officials missed that one.
1st and 10, Utah starting this drive from inside of UCLA territory. 2 receivers left. 2 receivers right, 2 tight ends left. Wayshawn Parker, the ball game here for Utah. He's on the right. Devin Dampier's going to keep it out on the edge himself. Dampier to the 45, stays on his feet, and goes down to about the 41-yard line for a gain of 8 on first down. Chisholm, the safety, made the tackle for UCLA.
Yeah, that's an RPO play, and he just does it so well. And I mean, he just strings the defense out for 8 yards. But you're seeing Devin Dampier and why he's such a good runner. You know, people don't get a great shot on him, even though they tackle him.
2 tight ends to the right-hand side, 2 receivers to left. As Parker motions out, now comes back in. Wow. Play action pass from Dampier. Lots of time for Devin. Scanning the field, looking down the field, directing traffic now. Now he's going to run 40, 35, and out of bounds at the UCLA 31-yard line. Good gain on 2nd down for Devin, a pickup of 10 yards and a first down.
Yeah, and if he just hung on just a little bit longer right here, and he takes off, he had Lander Barton running right wide open down the field. So there's one of those examples of Lander in the game, which I believe Lander's still in the game.
He
right
is
now.
left-hand side, lined up at tight end next to Dallin Bentley. He's got a package of plays, does Lander Barton. 1st and 10 for the Bruin 31-yard line. Handoff Parker. Wayshawn picking his way forward. Inside, outside, back inside. Ball is loose. It's a fumble. And Utah comes away with it. Michael Mokafisi fell on it. Parker coughed it up at about the 24-yard line. Scooter Jackson made the tackle.
And that's not something that Coach Witt is excited about. But, boy, just still a great surge there. You just see things going forward. A lot of bodies in there. Lander Barton actually blocking on that play, doing a nice job.
Stays in at tight end of the left-hand side. 2nd down. Call it a long 2 for the Bruin 24. Rogers in the backfield as a tailback. He'll take the handoff to carry Rogers 20 to the 15. Dives forward to about the 13-yard line. And that's going to be a 1st down for Utah. Chisholm made the tackle again. May have saved a touchdown. And Utah's into the red zone for a 3rd time tonight, the Canyon View Credit Union red zone.
Well, and they're in that 2-deep zone, and you're just short a man there. And Wayshawn does a nice job of seeing it. And, or is that Nakiri? I guess that's Nakiri Rogers. And, but when those offensive linemen give you that clean read, it's easy to do that.
Dampier rolls to his right. He's going to throw down the field. Has a man open in the end zone. Caught, touchdown. That's Lander Barton, the linebacker turned tight end in the end zone for a Utah touchdown.
I think with Travis Kelce and kind of what's happened to him, I think everyone wants to play tight end in America now because, there's the end result. A couple of Super Bowl champions and, a pretty famous wife.
Lander Barton had 19 touchdowns as a wide receiver at Brighton High School. He's got his first receiving touchdown as a Ute. Curtis on to attempt the PAT. The kick is up. And the kick is good. And with 12:44 to play here in the first half, it's all Utah. It's Utah 20 and UCLA nothing.
Yeah, crazy first quarter here by Utah, but you establish that run, and boy, you can do a lot of things right there, and you become very explosive. You're seeing that happen. Really fun to see Lander actually get involved here.
That Lander Barton touchdown, a Pepsi touchdown. It takes us to a timeout. We'll grab a timeout. We'll be back to the Big O Tires broadcast booth here in Pasadena with Utah leading at 20-0 over the UCLA Bruins. And this is Utah football from ESPN 700, the Ute Sports Radio Network.
When you see a game day tent, brand event, or a corporate gala, chances are Diamond Event & Tent is behind it. For over 40 years, they've powered Utah's biggest events with tent, furniture, and decor rentals and everything in between. From weddings to festivals, private parties to sporting events, they bring the structure, the style, and the service. So whether you're planning a tailgate or a black tie affair, think Diamond Event & Tent. Discover the rental possibilities at diamondevent.com. Every team needs a playbook. So does your business. Les Olson IT delivers complete office tech solutions. From network security to print and workflow tools, we design smart systems that work for you. No fumbles, no downtime, just results. Your business deserves a winning strategy. Let us help you run the right plays. Visit lesolson.com to kick off your upgrade.
Hey there, gets to the stadium before the players wake up, tailgater. You're a master of, well, everything. The grill, the sides, the drinks, the atmosphere, the team spirit. It's tough being the life of the party week after week, but your dedication and enthusiasm are what we admire most. The game's not the game without you. So when you're ready to upgrade your trusty tailgate transportation, try Ken Garf. Hey, we hear you.
Shaping a game plan for your family's healthcare involves more than just X's and O's. It's being there when you need them most or when you least expect it. As the trusted healthcare provider for the Utes family and yours, University of Utah Health has the right playbook for keeping your team healthy no matter what age or need. Get the same care the Utes rely on by visiting uofuhealth.org. That's uofuhealth.org.
You're listening to Utah Football, brought to you by America First Credit Union on ESPN 700 and the Ute Sports Network.
Run over that last scoring drive for Utah momentarily. Jaden Marshall back to receive the Dylan Curtis kickoff. 20-0 Utah. From here at the Rose Bowl over UCLA, 12:44 to play in the first half. Our first half being brought to you by Slackwater Pizza. Locations all over Utah. pizzas, calzones, sandwiches, wings. Yeah, you might even get a salad. Some people get a salad from time to time at Slackwater as well. Curtis drives this one high and end over end. Not going to be returnable, so that one actually split the uprights. Don't you get points for that in Canada? And 1 point, not here. But a great kick by Dylan Curtis. How about that last scoring drive? 5 plays, 49 yards, and a touchdown to Lander Barton, a 14-yard touchdown pass. Devin Dampier, the ball game's got 6 of 7, 65 yards and a touchdown, 8 rushes, 47 yards.
Yeah, this offense has been as sharp as a surgeon's knife. I mean, they've just cut right through this UCLA defense. And the defense is, as great as the offense has played, the defense has played every bit as good.
Third drive for Nico Iamaleava. And UCLA, Anthony Woods, the former Ute and Idaho Vandal in the backfield. Wide receiver comes in motion across the formation. Iamaleava's going to pass. Utah bringing pressure off the edge, completes it. That's going to be a tight end out across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Hudson Habermill made the catch, and that'll be a first down.
Yeah, and, Utah kind of went in his zone right there, but it's everything is underneath. There's not really a lot going down the field here. It looks like UCLA has kind of maybe abandoned the run at this point, and they've got to score some points.
2 tights and 2 wides. Woods stays in the ball game. They bring the tight end in motion across the formation on 1st and 10 from the 36. Iamaleava directing traffic, takes the snap, hands it to Woods. Woods has running room out across the 40 and ripped down at about the 42-yard line. Gain of about 6 on first down for Anthony Woods. Never played a down last year for Utah. He was a 1AA All-American 2 years ago at Idaho, but he came to Utah with a knee injury nobody knew about and missed all of last year.
Yeah, and he was a good player. I mean, it's just kind of the opportunity sometimes just wasn't there. It wasn't like Utah didn't like him or anything, just didn't work out.
He was hurt.
Yeah.
2 tights on the left-hand side, 1 wide receiver out there. Pistol formation this time for Iamaleava. Now he shifts the tight ends to the right-hand side. Utah with 4 down linemen. 2nd down and about 5 to go here. Iamaleava turns and gives it again to Woods. He's got running room. Then he's driven backwards. Oh, goodness, a violent hit in the hole. That was Levani Damuni, who's healthy again this year. Levani missed last year with a knee injury. He's back, and man, oh, man, he announced his presence on that play.
Yeah, Levani Damuni laid the boomy. I mean, he just, wow. That's if you're wondering if Lamani is back, he's definitely back, and he's one of those leader type of players. It's good to see that play right there.
3rd down and 2 from the 44. UCLA has yet to convert a 3rd down tonight. They're 0 for 3. They've got the jumbo package back in the backfield. Wide receiver comes in motion. Iamaleava keeps it. He's got first down yardage and carries out to about the 48-yard line. He picked up almost 5 yards on that play. He's a tough guy to bring down at 6'6". Teo Johnson finally stopped him after a 5-yard gain.
Well, and it's you bring the tight end in motion, you have a guard pull, and you have a running back leading the play. I mean, it's more than student body right. It's like half your team right.
Jalen Berger checks in as the tailback. 2 of them in the ball game right now. Mikey Matthews in the backfield. Now he motions out. Iamaleava operating out of the shotgun. Utah with a 4-man down front. Now they'll bring pressure on Iamaleava. Pressure in his face. He's going to try and step up and scramble. He trips and keeps his feet. He's at the 40. Iamaleava to the 35, up the sideline and out of bounds. At about the Utah 31-yard line. Logan Fano finally forced him out of bounds, and we finally see the legs of Iamaleava. He's dangerous.
Yeah, there's no question he's dangerous. And, Utah's done such a nice job of being very disciplined in their pass rush lanes. Just give him a little of an angle there, but great job in the secondary. Just couldn't get off some blocks to get him, and he escapes and makes a big play there.
Call it about a almost 21-yard gain for Iamaleava. Best drive of the day so far for UCLA. 9.5 to play here in the second quarter. 20-0 Utah. From the Utah 30, out of the shotgun again. Javion Thomas, the back of the backfield. Iamaleava hands to Thomas. He's going nowhere, but he stays on his feet. He was just dropped to the backfield. It was Logan Fano back there. He got away from him and ended up picking up about 3, almost 4 yards down to the 27.
Yeah, and they called a run blitz with Lander Barton right there. And, of course, he's, still on offense trying to score touchdowns. You wonder what kind of impact that has on players playing both directions. Should have had that stopped in the backfield for 2 or 3 yard loss.
Here's what's interesting. Smith Snowden has been very active on offense tonight. He hasn't been on the field for a defensive snap yet.
Yeah, and they got to manage that. I think it's hard.
Iamaleava out of the shotgun again, hands to his tailback again. Running room for Berger inside the 25 and down to close to the 23-yard line. A gain of another 3 to 4 yards on the play. Third down and about 3.5 coming up here for UCLA. 8.5 to play before halftime. All Utah so far, but the Bruins threatening now at the Utah 23.
Well, with the Utah's doing such a good job of getting off blocks and stopping the run, they've just kind of gotten a little soft here on this drive.
4 pass catchers in the pattern. Tailback Berger on third down and 3.5. They motion Berger out of the backfield. Iamaleava is going to keep it himself. Nico won't quite get there. They'll stack him up at the 21-yard line, about a half-yard shy of first down yardage. Boy, it looked like they'd get him a little further back, but that big, long body of his, Aliki Viamahi, made the tackle to be fourth down and about the length of a football right now for UCLA.
Yeah, he's a skinny guy, but he's a stout guy. He's got some lean to him when he gets in there to run.
I bet they call a quarterback sneak here, Scott. With his length, he doesn't have to get it but about a half a yard here. It's just inside the 21. They've got to get to the 20 for a first down. But he operates out of the shotgun, makes it a little bit tougher to sneak. Fourth down and half a yard. Iamaleava checks with the sideline. Delays his handoff, gives it straight ahead. That'll be first down yardage just inside the 20 for Jalen Berger. And close to the 19.5-yard line. And UCLA's threatened now for the first time in the red zone tonight. Cash Dillon made the tackle.
Yeah, you talk about that quarterback sneak. I mean, some of these guys wouldn't even know how to take a snap underneath the center. They'd probably fumble it. They're so used to being in that shotgun.
So the Bruins keep this drive alive. It's been a good one so far. They began at their own 25-yard line, now at the Utah 19. 2 receivers stacked left, one to the right-hand side. Tailback is Anthony Woods. Mikey Matthews comes in motion, then goes back out again. Iamaleava to pass. Pressure in his face. Throws down the field. Got a man open. Caught into the end zone. Touchdown. Anthony Woods out of the backfield on a wheel route. All by himself. Goes 19 yards, and the Bruins are finally on the board.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those wrinkle plays you're seeing now where you do the zone read and the back slips out the backside. The quarterback looks it off, and everyone just flies to the other side of the field. Saw that a lot today in some of the games. It's actually a very well-designed play here and well executed.
Mateen Begani on to attempt the PAT. A well-executed drive by the UCLA Bruins. You knew with Iamaleava it was only going to be a matter of time. He's too talented, and you can see all of his talents on display on that drive.
Yeah, and you got to just limit those plays. He's gonna make big plays. He's a really good player. I mean, he really is, people. He's very good. But you just have to limit it. So this is your limit right here. You got to answer back. One of the things Utah hasn't done is got turnovers, and that's been a big emphasis. Like to see a little bit of that, moving forward.
They had 10 balls that hit defensive backs or linebackers in the hands a year ago that were dropped. Like to make some of those interceptions this year. PAT coming up here from Begani. And a tack on another point here with 6:46 to play in the first half. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 10 plays, 75 yards. They took 5:58 off the play clock, and to be very fair, UCLA needed that in the worst way, and they got it. Yeah, timeout on the field here with 6:46 to play before halftime. Our first half being brought to you by Pepsi and Smith's. All season long, swing by your local Smith's to save on your favorite PepsiCo products. Pepsi was made for Utes watching. We're back to Pasadena after this. This is Utah Football from ESPN 700, the Utes Sports Radio Network.
Hey, college football fans. I know you'd do anything for a win on game day. And an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. A win isn't a win without the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hurry up and try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs. They're 4 fun-sized Crazy Puffs packed with layers of pepperoni, cheese, and sauce, and perfect on the go. Enjoy Crazy Puffs on a unicycle. Whoa! In a hot air balloon! Or riding piggyback on your friend Keith. Faster, Keith, faster!
Can I have a delicious Crazy Puff?
Sorry, Keith, they're too tasty. Whee! Try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs on the go for only $3.99.
Pizza, pizza.
Available at participating locations. Prices may vary. Prices higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and third-party online sites, plus tax.
Rocky Mountain Power is proud to support the University of Utah by providing safe, reliable energy that lights our campus, keeps our laptops charged, and powers opportunities every day. From the classroom to the weight room, from the groundbreaking research labs to Rice-Eccles Stadium, Rocky Mountain Power is always there to help propel our students and our community forward. Rocky Mountain Power, powering your greatness. Now, let's light the U.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G Protein Bars, your ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office or conquering the daily grind, G2G is the perfect fuel. Quick, delicious, protein-packed. Score an 8-pack in the refrigerated section at Costco or your local grocer. Or go online at g2gbar.com. G2G Protein Bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
This is where the Utes live on game day and every day. KALL North Salt Lake, KXRK HD3, ESPN 700 and 92.1 FM. You're listening to Utah Football, brought to you by Smith's on ESPN 700 and the Ute Sports Network.
Utah Football brought to you by Smith's and Pepsi. Official grocer and soft drink sponsor of Utah Football. Bill Riley, Scott Mitchell upstairs. Stevenson, Sylvester downstairs. That was a good answer, Scott, by UCLA.
Yeah, it was, and that's what part of football. You know, there's momentum shifts all the time. I mean, Utah's up, and it looks like a blowout, and you got to learn how to handle success as much as you handle failure. And you know that you're playing a good player and a good team when they look down, but they have a huge answer, and that was a big drive by UCLA, and now Utah has to answer that back, and that's what football is. And you just don't stop fighting, you don't stop playing, you don't make any assumptions, and you play the game out until it's completely over.
Pagani back kickoff for UCLA. Smith Snowden stands at his own goal line. We've seen Smith on a very limited defensive basis this year, but very much an offensive weapon. Pagani puts his right foot into it, kicks it high and end over end. If Smith wants to return it, he can. Oh, and it hits him on the face. He's going to have to pick that thing up, and he's dropped at the 5-yard line, making the 4-yard line. That ball looked like it hit him in the face mask. Maybe got the lights in his eyes. The lights are bright here at the Rose Bowl, but Utah's going to start with a 96-yard field here, 1st and 10 at their own 4-yard line.
Yeah, those are those things where it's new to you. You know, as good as you are, it's just a little different in a game, and you just got to get used to it. Again, it's momentum changes. How does Utah answer here after a drive by UCLA and a kind of a poor return?
Larry Simmons split wide to the right-hand side. Dampier goes under center. Option pitch to the outside. Rogers picking his way forward out beyond the 5 to the 6-yard line for a gain of about 2 yards. Quick little option pitch to the right. 2 yards for Rogers on the play. 2nd down and 8 coming up.
Very interesting. You know, they're in the short side of the field, and they have an unbalanced line. I mean, the Rose Bowl almost tipped over. There were so many guys over there, and then they just pitched it out and said, go make something happen.
Buchanan and Davis wide to the left-hand side. Nate Johnson comes in motion. Devin Dampier drops it off to Rogers in the flat to the 10, to the 13. Very close to first down yardage. Be about a yard shy out of bounds at the 13-yard line for a gain of 7 yards. John Vaughns pushed him out of bounds. Vaughns was a 4-year starter in the outfield for UCLA. Hit about 206, wanted to focus on football. And so he's playing linebacker.
He hit the guy out of bounds, too. 2 really good plays, though, coming out, backed up here. I like the design.
Dampier brings a man in motion. That's Rogers. He keeps it himself, does Devin. Picks his way forward. First down yardage to the 16. Needed 1, picked up 3. And Utah's drive stays alive as we come up on 5:35 to play here in the first half. Utah 20 and UCLA 7.
So you're on the 4-yard line. You have 3 plays. You get out to the 16, 17-yard line. Because you have this dynamic quarterback, and that RPO and that ability to run is just such a valuable weapon on all aspects of the field.
Parker checks in. Dampier in the shotgun. He's going to backpedal to pass. Pumps once, looks out to the right. Throws down the field and overshoots his man, but a flag comes out. Looking for Tobias Merriweather. He was covered tightly, and a flag out. That's going to be pass interference on UCLA. Let's hear it from the referee.
Pass interference, defense number 2, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Andre Jordan Jr., never a bad penalty in college because it's only 15 yards instead of a 40-yard gain.
And he had a guy early. He just didn't quite get enough on the ball there. And, he's wide open until the very end. But I like that Devin does look down the field to throw.
4 receivers in the pattern this time on 1st and 10 from the 31. Parker in the backfield. Dampier changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Devin keeps it himself out on the edge. He's got running room, 35-40. 45, meets a defender and falls forward to about the 47-yard line. Somebody's helmet came off, and I think it was Devin Dampier's helmet that came off. Yep, it was. He's going to have to come out for a play here.
Yeah. Nice play,
Not before, though, he picks up 16 yards and a first down.
Yeah, it's just such a great weapon to have a quarterback like that.
So Dampier comes out for a play. Who are they going to bring in at quarterback for a play? It'll be Isaac Wilson.
Oh, boy.
Isaac seeing his first action in 2025. We'll check in for this play. They'll shift personnel in and out. Larry Simmons left, Tobias Merriweather right. And Hunter Andrews was lined up as the Wildcat quarterback.
Utah.
And Utah had to call the timeout because not everybody was quite sure what they were doing. So Utah takes its first timeout with 4:39 to play here in the first half. First half brought to you by Bud Light, welcoming Utah fans back to Rice-Eccles Stadium. Easy to drink and easy to enjoy. Bud Light. 20-7 Utah. Good start so far offensively.
It's kind of tough when you're Isaac Wilson and you come in the game like that and they go, yeah, you're going to be a decoy.
You're going to line
just
up
go
in the
out
slot.
a wide receiver over here, and we're going to let the Hunter Andrews take care of things right now. But it's not a bad thing because you're in a good rhythm here, and it's tough to go in a game like that as a quarterback, and just kind of probably run the football here. And but now I guess with the timeout, Devin Dampier can actually come back in the game, I believe.
Got a good stat. Before tonight, the last defensive player to score an offensive touchdown for Utah was Sione Vaki. Tonight, 2 defensive players have scored offensive touchdowns, Smith Snowden and Lander Barton.
Maybe the coaches knew something when they said these guys are going to play on offense.
I think they did. Dampier gets to come back in after the timeout. He's got Rogers with him. He rolls to the right-hand side. Devin looking down the field, throwing down the field. He's got a man out there, incomplete. He was trying to get that ball to Jackson Benny. The coverage was excellent down the field that time by Roderick Pleasant. And just a little more air under it might have been a touchdown for Utah.
Well, he had tight end running right across the field wide open there. And, there was no separation in the secondary. That's a hard play because the defender has so much time with the ball in the air that long to go back to the ball.
4 receivers in the pattern, including Lander Barton. Handoff, Rogers. Nakiri picks his way forward across the 50 and down to the UCLA 47 for a 6-yard gain. That'll bring up 3rd down and 4. Clock running at 4:20 to play before halftime.
These backs have done a great job of just getting up in the hole and just running north and south, and you want to see that so often, but both of them are just really excellent at north-south hard running.
Utah stacks receivers to the right. Motions Rogers out of the backfield. Dallin Bentley in the backfield with Devin Dampier on 3rd down and 4. Dallin moves to the right-hand side of Dampier. UCLA showing pressure. Devin's going to follow a man to the outside, breaks a tackle, stays on his feet. Now he's cut down behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 48-yard line. Excellent open field tackle by Cole Martin. It's going to bring up 4th down at about 5. We'll see if Kyle Whittingham gambles here with 3:40 to play before halftime. He will not. He's going to bring out his punter for the first time tonight.
Yeah, Devin's got to stay up in the hole there. That's the counter there, and he really had some room in the inside. Just gotta trust it, believe it, because you bounce outside, they just get a chance to recover, and you just got to hit it hard.
Get a look at Orion Phillips, the Aussie punter for the first time this year. Transfer from Missouri by way of Murray State. Phillips kick away. Mikey Matthews back to receive it. Mikey's going to look up and take it at the 5-yard line. They'll give him the 6-yard line. Not a big kick by Phillips, but effective. UCLA will have a 94-yard field and 3:09 before halftime to go, and we've got a timeout on the field. We'll come back with Nico Iamaleava and the Bruin offense coming to the field. Our first half tonight being brought to you by Pepsi and Smiths. This is Utah football for the Big O Tires broadcast booth in Pasadena from ESPN 700 and the Ute Sports Radio Network.
It's a game changer. That chill coming in from your old drafty windows is costing you big time.
No kidding, Nate. Just like a bad call on the field, it's a major fumble for your home's energy efficiency.
But here's a play that always works. It's time to call Advanced Window Products.
We're a Utah-based, family-owned company manufacturing top-quality, energy-efficient windows.
Plus, our windows come with a lifetime warranty.
Don't let your money go out the window.
Our fall special is $2,500 off when you buy 10 or more windows. Call Advanced Window Products at 801-850-9100 for a free quote.
Hey everyone, this is Caleb Lomu, the starting offensive tackle for the University of Utah football team. I know that for my team to be successful, I have to protect my teammates. In life, you need to be protected, especially when it involves complicated legal rights. If you get injured in an accident, you need a legal team that will protect you and your legal rights. The lawyers at Handy in Handy have an experienced, dedicated team of experts helping people who have been injured in accidents. Don't get sacked. Call the winning team at Handy in Handy. They'll protect you.
At Handy in Handy, you're not just another number. Big firm experience, small firm attention.
Since 1983, the University of Utah Crimson Club is the organization that builds champions in the classroom, competition, and in our community. Here are 3 ways you can support Utah student athletes. Impact generations through scholarships, facilities, tickets, and sport excellence funds. Retain champions through NIL. Build your business as a corporate sponsor. Utah family, let the nation hear you through the mountains, near and far. Join the Crimson Club today. Visit UtahCrimsonClub.com or text 801-585-UTES.
Jan from Toyota here with live coverage of end of summer fun at Toyota's national sales event with my special guest, Eli Manning.
Thanks, Jan.
Down by the lake for some fishing, we've got Eric in his Tundra. He throws his line, going long!
Heck of a team effort there. That Tundra got him exactly where he needed to be.
Until next time, go Toyota!
See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Dealer inventory may vary. Event ends September 2nd. Toyota, let's go places.
Visit your Utah Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
700 and the Ute Sports Network.
Tonight's first half being brought to you by our friends at CR England. Also by our friends at Stratus HR. Let's go downstairs for a Ken Garff sideline update. Sly, Utah's defense gave up a touchdown last time through. What would you like to see this time around?
Well, you're going to see Nico try to get a little bit more experimental here. And you got a lot of confidence on that last drive, especially that big run. You're going to see him try to do that again. What I'd like to see is Morgan Scally devise some game plans to cut down that QB run. Watch Nico try to get out of the pocket, use his legs more on this drive to score before halftime. We got to take that away.
Trey Reynolds, a late sub here for Utah. 1st and 10 UCLA from their own 6-yard line, trailing 20-7 with 3:09 to play here in the first half. Iamaleava breaks the huddle. Got Javion Thomas, the tailback, as he operates almost exclusively out of the shotgun. Tight end in motion. Iamaleava hands it to Thomas. Not much running room for Javion Thomas. Picks up 1, maybe 2. Out to about the 8-yard line. Good surge on the left side of that defensive line, led by Nate Ritchie.
Yeah, and that's where in the past Utah, that cutback run, if you think of Cam Scattaboo and Iowa State making those big gash runs late, that's where Utah lost it a year ago. Great defense right there.
3 receivers in the pattern. Thomas stays in the ball game on 2nd and 7. Iamaleava to pass. Up the middle, looking long down the field, incomplete. UCLA fans wanted a flag. They were trying to get that ball to Mikey Matthews. Excellent coverage out there by Utah. Brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, and you got to feel pretty good about it. I mean, the secondary is just doing a great job, man-to-man coverage here. Great, nice coverage.
Jackson Benny.
By Jackson there, because you kind of get lost sometimes in there, and he was just very disciplined in how he contacted the receiver and knock out the penalty. Some guys get lazy and they just kind of grab and hold.
UCLA 1 for 5 on 3rd down. They've got to make the 16 for a first down. It's 3rd down and 7.
Big
3
play.
receivers left for UCLA, 1 to the right-hand side. Now 1 comes in motion. That's Mikey Matthews. Flags fly. Actually, a timeout's going to be called here by UCLA. Play clock was running down.
Timeout, UCLA.
I think they were anticipating Utah being in a man to coverage, and Utah went to zone there. Didn't like the play. It's a big play. I mean, give Utah the ball back. You don't convert the first down. Good field position here. Win a possession back here for Utah. You stop them right here.
2:36 to play before halftime. 3rd down and 7 coming up here for the Bruins. Coming up at halftime on the American First Credit Union halftime show. We'll run over first half numbers Get some thoughts from Scott. We'll hear from Kyle Whittingham going to the locker room down on the field with Sly, and then send it back to Studio Network Control on a crazy day for college football. Week 1 has been wild. Utah and UCLA winding down Week 1, at least on Saturday here. There'll be games on Sunday and Monday this week as well. 3rd down and 7, 1 out of 5 on 3rd down to the Bruins. Iamaleava always a threat to run. If you let him get outside, Anthony Woods will be the tailback. He caught the touchdown pass on the wheel route. He'll split 2 receivers left, 1 to the right-hand side. Tight end and a tailback here for UCLA on 3rd down and 7. Utah showing just 4 men at the line of scrimmage right now. Iamaleava backpedals to pass. 4-man rush coming over the middle. He dumps it. He's got his back out of the backfield. That's going to be good for first down yardage. He's beyond the 20 and out to about the 24-yard line. Anthony Woods showing Utah fans a little bit of what they might have had had he not been injured a year ago. Good patience, good offensive production, too, for Iamaleava. Now they're going to go quick here with 2:15 to play. Nico backpedals. Utah showing pressure. Over the middle. Caught and dropped. Had a receiver at about the 35-yard line. It was Mikey Matthews. Excellent coverage out there by Utah on a flag in the backfield. This is usually where you'll see holding against the offense. Let's see what the referee says. Mike McCabe, our referee.
Holding. Offense number 77. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Cortland Ford, the redshirt senior and transfer from Kentucky, who began his career across town at USC, gets called for the penalty. It's been a relatively clean night tonight, but that's a big penalty against the Bruins.
Well, he got beat big time, and had he not held...
Good pressure with 4 most of the night tonight. Lance Holtzclaw on the right side. Logan Fano on the left side. Back him up now, 2nd down and 20, all the way back at the 14-yard line. Iamaleava out of the gun. Brings a man in motion. Mikey Matthews goes right, then left, and back again. Iamaleava to pass. Pressure coming forward beyond the 25, out to about the 27-yard line. It'll be about 8 yards shy of the first down. UCLA takes their second timeout. Check it. 2-minute timeout here at the Rose Bowl. We'll take the timeout with him. Iamaleava facing 3rd down when we get back. It's Utah 20 and UCLA 7. This is Utah football from ESPN 700, the Ute Sports Radio Network.
When you see a game day tent, brand event, or a corporate gala, chances are Diamond Event & Tent is behind it. For over 40 years, they've powered Utah's biggest events with tent, furniture, and decor rentals and everything in between. From weddings to festivals, private parties to sporting events, they bring the structure, the style, and the service. So whether you're planning a tailgate or a black tie affair, think Diamond Event & Tent. Discover the rental possibilities at diamondevent.com. Every team needs a playbook. So does your business. Les Olson IT delivers complete office tech solutions. From network security to print and workflow tools, we design smart systems that work for you. No fumbles, no downtime, just results. Your business deserves a winning strategy. Let us help you run the right plays. Visit lesolson.com to kick off your upgrade.
Hey there, gets to the stadium before the players wake up, tailgater. You're a master of, well, everything. The grill, the sides, the drinks, the atmosphere, the team spirit. It's tough being the life of the party week after week, but your dedication and enthusiasm are what we admire most. The game's not the game without you. So when you're ready to upgrade your trusty tailgate transportation, try Ken Garf. Hey, we hear you.
Shaping a game plan for your family's health care involves more than just X's and O's. It's being there when you need them most or when you least expect it. As the trusted healthcare provider for the Utes family and yours, University of Utah Health has the right playbook for keeping your team healthy no matter what age or need. Get the same care the Utes rely on by visiting uofuhealth.org. That's uofuhealth.org.
You're listening to Utah Football, brought to you by Smith's on ESPN 700 and the Ute Sports Network.
Tonight's first half also being brought to you by Bud Light. Welcoming the Utes back in 2025. Easy to drink and easy to enjoy. Bud Light. Got exactly 2 minutes to play before halftime here as the light show is on here at the Rose Bowl. This is new. I don't remember this in the past, but it's Utah 20 and UCLA 7. I incorrectly said 3rd down coming up. It's 2nd down. 2nd down and 7 here for UCLA from their own 27-yard line. trailing 20-7. And in the 2-minute offense, just one timeout remains here for UCLA, so we'll see what Nico does. He ran a lot of up-tempo stuff at Tennessee, so running the up-tempo is not an issue. The question is everybody together, right, Scott?
Well, yeah, but in him running, that's when you're kind of new and, you're still trying to figure it out a little bit. He's still making some big plays running the ball.
They stack 3 receivers to the left-hand side on 2nd down and 7. Iamaleava out of the shotgun. Utah rushing 4, now 5. Pressure up the middle. Iamaleava escapes, and now he goes down. And he goes down hard. Is that John Henry Daly? It is. Gets his first sack as a Ute. And that'll bring up 3rd down and long here for UCLA.
Well, and it's just that disciplined pass rush. Just got a push up the middle of the pocket. There's just nowhere for Nico Iamaleava to go. And so it's a disciplined pass rush. Got that one done.
3rd down and 9. Loss of 2 on the sack. Got to get to the 34. From the 25-yard line, out of the shotgun, Iamaleava. 1:20 to play, clock running. Nico to pass, 4-man rush again by Utah. Pocket collapsing again, scrambling to the outside. Iamaleava cut down short. About 2 yards shy of the first down at his own 32-yard line. Got an injured Ute on the play. Jackson Benny slow to get up. Now he pops up okay.
Utah.
Kyle Whittingham takes the timeout to stop the clock with 1:08 to play. I would be very surprised if UCLA went for it here on their own 32-yard line, but stranger things have happened.
Well, non-conference game, what do you have to lose? I mean, it's still a long way.
It's still a game, though. You're going to get the ball coming out of the locker room.
Dan Campbell at Detroit, he doesn't know how to punt. It's like, let's go.
Well, the punt team has not come out here for UCLA. Well, you would give Utah the ball in field goal range already.
And it could be a pooch punt, too. They've done those before.
Yeah, Iamaleava may be able. He's 6'6" and long and lanky. He might be able to do that. Let's see if the offense comes out.
I don't think they are.
They are not. Iamaleava walking to the sideline. He wears the captain's C on his chest, too, which is pretty interesting for a guy that's only been here for about 3 months.
Yeah, and I think people see that, he's got a lot of talent. He's from this area. It's just it's a good fit for him. And he's looked good. I mean, he's made some plays there, but Utah, much better job of just handling the big plays with him and just kind of keeping him more in the pocket. And on this last drive here, this is a good answer for Utah.
Be a chance here for Devin Dampier to run that 2-minute drill too. Rashawn Glover at his own 30. Will Carroll to punt. First one was a fair catch. Utah ready for a fake if it comes. Snap back to Carroll. He'll kick it straight away. High hanging kick. Glover's going to fair catch it at his own 30-yard line with 1:01 to play. And so Utah will get 1 timeout, make it 2 timeouts. No, 1 timeout left. And about 70 yards. They probably need about 30 to feel good about a field goal attempt. We saw Dylan Curtis in a scrimmage this year hit from 60 and missed just wide from 65. So he's got the leg for sure.
Well, these are good things, to give your offense a chance for the 2-minute drill, but also to have your kicker take a shot in a game situation. You want to get him experienced and confident.
Dampier lines up in the gun. Rogers next to him. Tight end, 3 receivers in the pattern. UCLA's going to rush 4. Dampier throws to the outside, caught on the outside. Out of bounds goes Dallin Bentley. Not Harrison Handley, but Dallin Bentley out of bounds after about an 8-yard gain.
Yeah, good play on first down there. You get yardage, but you also maintain clock. Just get this thing moving.
I'll say that's a gain of about 6 as he stepped out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Clock stopped, 57 seconds to play. Devin out of the shotgun again, 2nd down and 4. 3 receivers, now 4 in the pattern. Dampier to the outside. It's an option play. He goes beyond the 40, stays on his feet, and rolled down at about the 45-yard line after a gain of 9. Clock will stop momentarily while they set the chains, and they'll roll it again. 1st and 10, Utah from their own 45, 9 yards for Dampier.
Yeah, good play. That's just a speed option to the right, and good read.
Clock rolling at 49 seconds to play before halftime. Dampier to pass. Pocket good, looking down the field, up the sideline. Finds Simmons. who runs over the photographer for Utah, Anna Fuder. Again, is okay. Larry was out of bounds. It goes incomplete, but a good one-handed catch.
Yeah, really nice catch there. One thing, I'm having mixed feelings about this, but I like the aggressiveness of Dampier taking some shots down the field with these receivers.
Second down and 10 for the 45 for Devin Dampier. 4-man rush. Now they bring a fifth late, complete over the middle. That's J.J. Buchanan inside the 50 down to the UCLA 47. Clock continues to run. 33, 32, 31 seconds. Utah only has one timeout remaining. Third down and short here for the Utes. Devin keeps it himself inside the 45 to the 44, 43. And I think Utah's going to take its final timeout. Or are they? Clock stops for a moment here while they set it. They will not take the timeout. 21 seconds now for Utah. Devin's going to get up and spike it. 2 seconds come off the clock. 19 remain for the 43-yard line.
Yeah, with that clock stopping just for a minute, it really gives you a chance to preserve the time. Wise play there, killing the clock. Now you got plenty. Time is your enemy here. It's not downs.
Dampier to pass, plenty of time again. He throws to the outside, caught on the outside, out of bounds quickly. Dallin Bentley again, Utah tight end. Do we have flags? Lots of whistles.
Yeah, there's a couple flags in secondary.
In the secondary. Might be a holding call on UCLA. We'll see. Utah picked up about 8 on the play. Wait for our referee, Mike McCabe. Mike was an old Pac-12 referee. Yeah. For years.
And what's interesting, there's no pass rush from UCLA. It's almost like they're in this practice mode. It's just it's so strange.
It's against UCLA. They're looking to the Utah sideline to see if Kyle Whittingham wants the penalty or not. How many yards are you going to give me on the penalty if we take it, is what Kyle's saying. They're at about the 36-yard line. They're on the edge of field goal range here for Dylan Curtis. I say the edge of where you would feel good about it. He can hit from further than this, but you don't want to have to go that deep if you don't have to. So here's the call from Mike McCabe.
Illegal substitution, defense, sole players on the field. That penalty is declined. Second down.
Out of bounds he went. We've got 14 seconds to play here before halftime.
Correction, third down.
Third down and 3 is what they're going to say. Devin Dampier out of the shotgun. Rogers next to him. 4 wide receivers in the pattern for Utah. Devin backpedals. Pressure on a 4-man rush. Looking, running out of time now. Now he's going to scramble to the outside. Throwing down the field. Has a man caught and out of bounds. That's Larry Simmons inside the 25 and out of bounds at about the 22. But I think Simmons may have come out of bounds. Went out of bounds, come back in. The hat came off to the official along with the flag. Here's our referee.
Illegal touching. Offense number 12.
Yeah.
This player went out of bounds. Came back in, was the first to touch the pass. Lost it out at the previous spot. Fourth down.
Yeah, it's a tough one because, Devin spent so much time scrambling around. But this is good. This is good that your kicker gets a chance to kick a field goal here and get a good feel for things.
So this field goal attempt for Dylan Curtis is going to be about a 54-yard attempt for the right hash mark. He's got plenty of leg. The question is accuracy now for Dylan. He missed a PAT early in the game.
That's a big confidence boost. He makes this one.
We'll hear from Kyle Whittingham coming up. The ball will go down out of the hold of his punter, Orion Phillips. UCLA is going to come after it. Final play of the first half coming here. Good snap, good hold. The kick is away. It's high. It's end over end. And it's good. 54 yards for the freshman Dylan Curtis on the final play of the first half. And Utah goes to the locker room leading 23-7.
Yeah, that's a big answer right there. A big confidence boost. Big field goal right there.
So Utah, who dominated offensively in the first half, takes a 23-7 lead to the locker room. And we'll head downstairs to Sly right now, who's with Kyle Whittingham. Sly, go ahead.
Coach, 250 yards. 2 defensive guys got touchdowns in that first half. What do you say about this offense?
Yeah, a lot of good stuff. I think we scored on 4 of 5 possessions, 3 touchdowns and a field goal. So obviously very positive, no turnovers. Defense, rock solid as well. A few miscues on special teams. We got to get that ironed out. But overall, a very solid first half.
How do we stop them or we finish this game?
Well, we got to tackle better. We're missing some open field tackles, but we just got to keep things in front of us.
Thanks, Coach.
Sly, Kyle, thank you. That sideline update with Kyle Whittingham. Brought to you by our friends at Ken Garff. We hear you. It's halftime here at the Rose Bowl. It's Utah 23 and UCLA 7. Back with the America First Credit Union halftime show next. It's Utah football from ESPN 700 and the Ute Sports Radio Network.
As Utah's #1 credit union and the official credit union of U of U Athletics, America First can help you do more with your money and show more of your Crimson spirit everywhere you go. Because America First is the only place you can get the Utes Visa debit card, which gives you access to exclusive tickets and pricing, early game day entry into Rice-Eccles Stadium, and all the perks, features, benefits, power, and convenience of an America First card. Helping your money do more starts with you. So head to your neighborhood branch or AmericaFirst.com and score your official Utes debit card today.
There are plenty of reasons Big O is the team you trust, and tires is only the first. We've got your bag from the bottom of your car to the top. No matter what your concerns are, Big O's experienced technicians have you covered. Service, it's one more reason Big O is the team you trust.
Every team needs a playbook. So does your business. Les Olson IT delivers complete office tech solutions. From network security to print and workflow tools, we design smart systems that work for you. No fumbles, no downtime, just results. Your business deserves a winning strategy. Let us help you run the right plays. Visit lesolson.com to kick off your upgrade.
The first half is over. Now it's time to talk about it. This is a Utes Game Day halftime show. Now with breakdowns and analysis of the first half, here's Scott Mitchell and the voice of the Utes, Bill Riley.
It's halftime, and this is the halftime show presented by America First Credit Union, the official credit union of U of U Athletics, and the only place you can get the exclusive Utes Visa debit card. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and score yours. Halftime, it's Utah 23 and UCLA 7. That last scoring drive, by the way, just before halftime, that culminated in the 54-yard field goal by Dylan Curtis, went 8 plays and 34 yards in a minute one. I thought Devin Dampier did a really nice job in the short term there. Devin in the first half, 10 of 13, 92 yards and a touchdown. 13 rushes, 78 yards, averaging 6 yards a carry. Utah had 164 yards rushing in the first half and 92 yards receiving in the first half for 256 total yards, Scott. That's pretty good balance, and they ran 40 plays.
No, it's great. Very efficient. You know, Coach Whittingham mentioned scoring on 4 of their 5 drives in the first half. It makes for a short half. I mean, when you really move the ball that efficiently, there are some things that you need to be cleaned up a little bit, but it's Devin Dampier being able to extend plays and being able to run the football. It's the difference. It's a massive advantage for your offense, and I don't think Utah has shown all of what they have, but there's certainly this offense can be very explosive. The one thing I am concerned about is when they drop back to just throw, they haven't really had guys wide open just conventionally. It's been Devin running around that have kind of made things happen. You kind of want to see a little bit of that so that, he catches the ball, he takes his drop, and he throws it. And you haven't seen that to this point, but boy, does he extend plays, make it so hard on the defense.
To be fair, UCLA's been dropping 7 in coverage every time as well, rushing just 4. Utah 7 of 8 on third down. That will play. 17 first downs to 8 for UCLA. They got 2 sacks in the first half. Bruins had 134 yards, 77 through the air, and 57 on the ground. Utah had 4 different runners tonight in the first half. Dampier 78 yards, Parker 39 yards, Rogers 35, and Smith Snowden had 12. And then they threw and completed passes to 6 different wide receivers: Snowden, Bentley, Benny, Barton, Buchanan, and Rogers. Benny, the only wide receiver in that group, to be fair, Scott, and he's really a safety by trade.
Yeah.
And 2 defensive players have offensive touchdowns. Snowden has 1, and Lander Barton has 1.
I mean, the sky's not falling, right? Because, like, if defensive players scoring offensive touchdowns for Utah, that's a scary proposition, but a good one. And it's about patchwork offense, finding production wherever you can and however you can. And it's hard. It's hard to game plan for. It's hard to defend. The guy in the backfield, number 4, kind of leading the charge. But the other thing this offense that I've been very impressed with is everything has been downhill, just really attacking. Offensive line just coming off the ball, that initial surge, the running backs. You're not seeing a lot of north-south. And now you are seeing speed around the edge. That's one thing, Smith-Snowden. But boy, just really jumps off the page at you. That's one of the, and that's a great thing, by the way, to see from an offense.
Nico Iamaleava had a good first half, though. He was 6 of 11 for 77 yards and a touchdown. Also ran 8 times for 33 yards. Anthony Woods had the 35-yard 2 catches and a touchdown of 19 yards. But outside of that, Utah did really a good job against the UCLA run game. Iamaleava's runs, he had 33, but most of that came on scrambles. So I think it was a good first half by Utah.
It was a great first half. I think Utah wants to look to get a turnover here or 2 in the second half, really focus on that. And you're limiting Nico Iamaleava from making a lot of big plays. He's a great player, and he's going to make a few good plays, but you just got to limit it. And it was a great answer back by that Utah defense after UCLA had gone down to score. They did make a few adjustments, and it turned out to be some good adjustments that really stopped UCLA.
Utah 23 and UCLA 7 at the half here in Pasadena. We'll take a timeout for the Big O Tires broadcast booth. On tonight's America First Credit Union halftime show, we'll send it back to Studio Network Control. James Peterson will update you on all the scores of note today from around the Big 12 and around the country. This is Utah Football from ESPN 700, the Ute Sports Radio Network.
Hey, college football fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day. And an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fans section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. A win isn't a win without the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Becoming America's best-selling brand means you never settle for anything less. Like the Ford F-150, with its premium-grade muscle and finely tuned intelligence, it's a beast with brains. The Ford Bronco Sport, with unquestioned toughness and capability, it's built to take on the mountains. And Ford's complete lineup of all-wheel drive SUVs gives you the power, style, and space you need for life on the go. Contact your local Ford store for exclusive offers on Ford's full lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Sales claim based on calendar year sales.
This winter, take your Icon Pass north. North to abundant access, to powder skiing legacy, to independent spirit. North where easy to get to meets worlds away. Go north to Snow Basin. Now on the Icon Pass.
You're listening to Utah Football, brought to you by Smith's on ESPN 700 and the Ute Sports Network.
Dampier in the backfield with the Gary Rogers. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right-hand side. Dampier moves a man across the formation. That's Smith-Snowden. Smith's got it, bouncing to the outside. Now back to the inside, to the 5, to the 4, to the 3, to the 2, to the 1. That's a touchdown! Smith-Snowden made 3 men miss at the 5, cut it back inside, and found pay dirt in the UCLA end zone. It's a Utah touchdown.
Halftime at the Rose Bowl. Utah leads UCLA 23-7. That's right. Smith-Snowden with the touchdown catch. He's not the only primary defensive player, at least previously to this opening game of this season anyway, primary defensive player to score a touchdown for Utah. You'll hear Lander Barton's touchdown catch later in the halftime show. Welcome back inside the ESPN 792.1 FM studio in downtown Salt Lake City. This is the Ute Game Day Halftime Scoreboard Report, part of the America First Credit Union Halftime Show from ESPN 700 and the Ute Sports Radio Network. Locally, 1 game's in progress. Utah Tech leads UC Davis 24-21 with 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Watch the remainder of that one on ESPN+. And a bunch of games have gone final. Utah State beat UTEP 28-16 in Logan. Weber State fell to James Madison 45-10 on the road. SUU beat Idaho State 46-24 in Cedar City, and BYU smashed Portland State 69-0 in Provo. Elsewhere in the Big 12, there's a couple games in progress. Number 11, Arizona State leads Northern Arizona 24-6, about 9 minutes to play in the third quarter. Watch the rest of it on ESPN+. And Arizona leads Hawaii 17-6 at halftime. You can watch the remainder of that one on TNT. Earlier today, West Virginia beat Robert Morris 45-3. Number 22, Iowa State beat South Dakota 55-7. Number 17, Kansas State came back to beat North Dakota 38-35 in Manhattan. And number 23, Texas Tech took care of Arkansas Pine Bluff 67-7. And still to come, Monday night, Labor Day, 6 o'clock on ESPN. TCU hosts North Carolina in Bill Belichick's college football coaching debut. Once again, Utah leads UCLA 23-7. Coming up on the Ute Game Day halftime scoreboard report on this first Saturday of Week 1 in college football, a top 10 team fell to an unranked team. There were 2 top 10 matchups featuring 3 of the top 4 teams in the preseason AP poll. I'll catch you up on those, and I'll preview tomorrow's doubleheader that features another matchup of top 10 teams. That's next on the America First Credit Union Halftime Show. I'm James Peterson, and this is Utah Football from ESPN 700 and the Ute Sports Radio Network.
There are plenty of reasons Big O is the team you trust, and tires is only the first. We've got your bag from the bottom of your car to the top. No matter what your concerns are, Big O's experienced technicians have you covered. Service. It's one more reason Big O is the team you trust.
Hey Utah fans, it's college football season and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Hail Marys and walk-on heroes. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Utah Utes football games or to any other live event in Salt Lake City, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Utah Utes football. Let's go Utes! SeatGeek.
Becoming America's best-selling brand means you never settle for anything less. Like the Ford F-150, with its premium-grade muscle and finely tuned intelligence, it's a beast with brains. The Ford Bronco Sport, with unquestioned toughness and capability, it's built to take on the mountains. And Ford's complete lineup of all-wheel drive SUVs gives you the power, style, and space you need for life on the go. Contact your local Ford store for exclusive offers on Ford's full lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Sales claim based on calendar year sales.
You're listening to Utah Football, brought to you by America First Credit Union on ESPN 700 and the Ute Sports Network.
Dampier rolls to his right. He's going to throw down the field. Has a man open in the end zone. Caught, touchdown. That's Lander Barton, the linebacker turned tight end in the end zone for a Utah touchdown.
You heard that right. Lander Barton at tight end with the touchdown catch to put Utah up 20-0. They now lead 23-7. UCLA did get a score. Dylan Curtis, by the way, freshman kicker out of Murray, 54-yard field goal on his first field goal attempt as a collegiate athlete to end the half. Not a bad start to his career. He did miss an extra point, but hey, we'll move on from that. We forgive him after he hits a 54-yard field goal. Welcome back to the halftime show. As I said, Utah leads UCLA 23-7 at the Rose Bowl. 2 touchdowns from defensive players. Smith Snowden, the second touchdown of the night to put Utah up 13-0. First career touchdown for him, offensive one anyway. And Lander Barton, first career offensive touchdown for him to put Utah up 20-0. It's 23-7 at the Rose Bowl. I'm James Peterson. This is the Ute Game Day halftime scoreboard report from ESPN 700 and the Ute Sports Radio Network, part of the America First Credit Union halftime show. In the top 25, 2 top 10 matchups earlier today, and one more coming up tomorrow night. Jeremiah Smith And the defending national champion, number 3 Ohio State Buckeyes beat Arch Manning and the number 1 Texas Longhorns 14-7 at the Horseshoe. Number 9 LSU topped number 4 Clemson 17-10 in Clemson's Death Valley. And number 8 Alabama fell, and one upset. Number 8 Alabama fell to Florida State 31-17 in Tallahassee. And there's 3 ranked teams in action tomorrow night. First at 1 on ESPN, number 13 South Carolina hosts Virginia Tech. And at 5:30 on ABC, it's another top 10 matchup between number 6 Notre Dame and number 10 Miami on South Beach. That's right, Catholics versus convicts. Once again, what a weekend for top 10 teams. 2 top 10 matchups, and 1 in Alabama getting upset by Florida State. Unranked Florida State. Something tells me that's not going to be for long. Once again, Utah leads UCLA 23-7 at the Rose Bowl. 2 defensive players with offensive touchdowns. Wayshawn Parker also got the other touchdown, and once again, Dylan Curtis, the freshman kicker, 54-yard field goal to end the half, his first career field goal. Coming at that distance against UCLA on the road at the Rose Bowl. I'm James Peterson, and this has been the Halftime Scoreboard Report, part of the America First Credit Union Halftime Show. Coming up, the voice of the Utes, Bill Riley, and former Utah greats Scott Mitchell and Stevenson Sylvester will bring you the second half of Utah and UCLA. Once again, the Utes lead 23-7 in Pasadena. This is Utah football from ESPN 700 and the Utes Sports Radio Network.
Shaping a game plan for your family's health care involves more than just X's and O's. It's being there when you need them most or when you least expect it. As the trusted healthcare provider for the Utes family and yours, University of Utah Health has the right playbook for keeping your team healthy no matter what age or need. Get the same care the Utes rely on by visiting uofuhealth.org. That's uofuhealth.org.
Hey, college football fans. I know you'd do anything for a win on game day. And an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. A win isn't a win without the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
You're listening to Utah Football, brought to you by Smith's on ESPN 700 and the Ute Sports Network.
You've been listening to the American First Credit Union Halftime Show. Utah's top auto lender, low rates, flexible terms, 24/7 account access, and more. Apply today at AmericanFirst.com. Bill Riley and Scott Mitchell with you back here at the Rose Bowl. Halftime, 23-7 Utah. A couple of notes. Utah got more first downs, Scott, in that first half than they got in 7 of their games a year ago. 17. The offense is definitely rolling right now. Also, the defense. Lander Martin, 6 tackles in the first half. How about Logan Fano? He had a sack. He had 2 tackles for loss and a pass breakup, 5 tackles. Nate Ritchie had 5 tackles as well. And that field goal that we got at the end of the first half by the freshman Dylan Curtis, longest field goal by a freshman in Utah football history. The previous long, at least according to research done by Matt Robles, was 42 yards by Jaden Redding. So a lot of good stuff in that first half for Utah. Now, how do they finish this thing in the second half?
Well, it's the way you started. It's up front, offensive, defensive line. I mean, that set the tempo for this whole entire game. Utah's played fast. They've played aggressive. And you keep at it. You know the football's not a half, and see how mentally tough you are to maintain that energy and that effort even when things are going well. And you'll get a good idea of who this football team is. But boy, I just really have liked the energy and the efficiency with how Utah's played on both sides of the ball. Very clean, very well-disciplined and well-oiled teams right now for Utah on offense and defense.
I hope a lot of you have taken your power naps today because the second half's going to be late. Whether you're in Salt Lake City, perhaps listening in West Jordan, or maybe you're in Olathe, Kansas listening, and it's a late night tonight, but I'm glad that you guys are with us listening around the city of Salt Lake City, around the state of Utah, around the country, or even around the world tonight. It's great to have you in for Utah football. I'm Bill Riley. That's Scott Mitchell. Check in with Sly momentarily. Utah's going to kick it off to begin the second half. Dylan Curtis has it teed up at his own 35, and Jaden Marshall back to receive this kick for UCLA, and we're underway in the second half here at the Rose Bowl. High and end over end, and Marshall's going to take a knee about 5 yards deep, and Nico Iamaleava, the UCLA offense, will come out 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. I'll say this. Iamaleava doesn't have a complete offense around him right now, Scott, but he's been impressive in the first half.
He has. He's been smart with the ball. He's extended plays. I mean, him running the football, I think, has been probably the most impressive thing I've seen. Very accurate throwing the ball, and he's still a relatively young player.
Nico brings the offense out, 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Trailing 23-7, Anthony Woods will be the tailback here. The former Ute and Idaho Vandal, who's got UCLA's lone touchdown. He'll line up 3 pass catchers on the left-hand side, 1 to the right-hand side. And Woods in the backfield. Utah with 5 and now 7 near the line of scrimmage here on 1st down. Tight bunch set on the right-hand side for Iamaleava, who's going to play action pass. Look down the field, fire down the field, caught down the field. Gilmer with the catch out beyond the 30 to about the 34-yard line, make it 39-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 14 yards and a 1st down.
And Jonah Hall was inches from getting that, or at least tipping that. Again, a lot of play action. That's kind of where he's kind of had his success, Nico, throwing the football.
1st and 10, UCLA on the move. First play of the half yields 14 yards. Nico shifting personnel around. Tight end in the left slot. He's going to keep it out on the edge. He's got the 40 and 45 still on his feet. 50 into Utah territory, finally out of bounds. He's tall, he's athletic, and he is slippery. Nico Iamaleava. And that's going to be a gain of 16 yards and another 1st down for UCLA.
Well, Coach Whittingham talked so much about the tackling, and you can't simulate this at all in practice. And it's one of the things you kind of got to work your way into during the season. But that was an open field tackle that Nate Ritchie could have made a big play on.
45 seconds into the second half, UCLA already in Utah territory. Now a full house backfield with Iamaleava. He'll motion it back out of the backfield. Nico's going to throw, fires over the middle, caught inside the 35 and down to the 34-yard line. I think that's Gilmer again. Quasi Gilmer makes his 2nd catch of the half, and the Bruins have come out on fire offensively.
Well, and they pretty much said, look, we're going to have to throw the football here. I mean, that was a bullet. I mean, he fired a bullet out of that gun, and it was right on the numbers.
You can see what all the hype was about with this young man. He was terrific leading Tennessee a year ago to the college football playoff. Thomas in the backfield. Iamaleava claps his hands, takes the snap, play action again. Pressure off the edge, throwing down the field, incomplete. Trying to get that ball to Mikey Matthews. Pressure off the edge from John Henry Daly. Forced that throw wide, incomplete, 2nd down.
Yeah, that plays all John Henry Daly. I mean, just gets a tremendous push in the pocket, and of course it disrupts the throw. Half second more, he might get a sack or make that ball go up in the air and get an interception. Turnover would be really nice right here, Bill.
Oh, wouldn't it? Utah doesn't have one yet this year. That was an emphasis in the offseason. 2 backs in the backfield on 2nd down and 10 from the Utah 34. Mikey Matthews motions out. Woods stays in. Iamaleava in the shotgun. He's going to pass again, looking to his right, firing to his right, caught to his right. Good open field tackle on the outside by Blake Cotton as he got Gilmer again. Gilmer's got 3 catches on this drive. 3rd down and about 5 coming up.
Yeah, you have to feel this. Probably 4 downs, but a really nice play by Blake Cotton there. I mean, it's about the best you can do. Open field tackling is really hard in general, and it's super hard that first game of the season as we're seeing here. But that was an excellent tackle.
Bruins 2 out of 7 on 3rd down. It's 3rd down and 4 here. They spread the field with 3 receivers left and 1 to the right-hand side, a back in the backfield. It's Woods. Iamaleava to pass. Pressure coming. Dumps it over the middle. Caught and dropped He had Gilmer again, right near first down yardage, but pressure from the backside that time forced it out. And that's going to bring up fourth down. Coverage on the play by Scooby Davis. And now UCLA will send their kicker out to attempt a field goal here. Field goal of about, we'll call it 46 yards from the right hash. Pagani, who had a long of 57 a year ago, he's got a big leg. Let's see if Utah comes after him. Fatim Pagani ready. Snap back, it's high. The hold is good. The kick is high. It's away. And it's good. Big leg by Pagani. It's not a touchdown, but they pay it off with points. And UCLA out of the locker room, tacks 3 on board. They're down 23-10. Timeout on the field. 12:38 to play here in the third. Devin Dampier, the Utah offense. When we get back, this is Utah football from ESPN 700, the Utes Sports Radio Network.
There are plenty of reasons Big O is the team you trust, and tires is only the first. We've got your bag from the bottom of your car to the top. No matter what your concerns are, Big O's experienced technicians have you covered. Service, it's one more reason Big O is the team you trust.
Puka, Bella, I'm sure you've noticed some changes.
Who are you talking to?
I'm just practicing for when I have to tell the dogs about the twins. You know, because they'll...
Be fine in the spacious third row seat.
But the twins...
Can sleep peacefully thanks to the rear manual sunshade.
And what about the...
Extra cargo space for strollers and dog beds?
I guess you're right.
Can we go to the hospital now? The contractions are getting closer.
The 3-row Lexus TX. Because everyone should feel like the center of the universe. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
This is Devin Dampier. As a new quarterback for the Utes, preparation is everything. Every practice, every play, every decision. And that preparation starts long before I step on the field. It starts with what I put in my body. That's why I choose Culligan Water, Salt Lake City. Their healthy, clean water isn't about quenching thirst. It's about optimal hydration, faster recovery, peak performance. It's the foundation of staying sharp on and off the field. For me and for my game, it's got to be Culligan of Salt Lake City. Drink what I drink. Visit CulliganSLC.com or call 801-509-9602.
Miss, your burger is served.
Thank you.
And if I may suggest a pairing, this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. The sweetness of Pepsi perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger, while the citrus and carbonation elevates the taste for a truly stunning flavor profile. Bon appetit.
Now that is one perfect combination. If this is how the other half lives, I could get used to this. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
This is where the Utes live on game day and every day. KALL North Salt Lake, KXRK HD3, ESPN 700 and 92.1 FM. You're listening to Utah Football, brought to you by America First Credit Union on ESPN 700 and the Ute Sports Network.
Second half of Utah Football being brought to you by University of Utah Health. Get the same great care of the Utes Trust. Go to uofuhealth.org/Utes. Sly, sideline update, quick thought. How's the tackling been for your liking here in this ball game, first game and all?
First game of the year, I actually like it. It's something to grow on. Of course, you're not perfect, but you can get at it. They're keeping guys in front of them. They just got to finish this game.
That sideline update brought to you by Ken Garff. Pagani has it teed up at his own 35. Smith Snowden, who had one bounce off his face mask last time. This is returnable if Smith wants to from the 5. He'll take it to the 10. Try to break it outside 20. Stays on his feet, and he'll be dropped right there. It's easier to cut back on a play from scrimmage than it is on a kickoff in traffic. And Smith picks up about 15 on the return. It'll be an 80-yard field here for Utah and Devin Dampier.
A big improvement from the first one. So, getting a live rep at it, it's a real thing, and he did a much better job of it right there.
Offense comes to the field, brought to you by Bud Light. Easy to drink and easy to enjoy. Devin Dampier had a good, clean first half, throwing and running. Brings the offense out. Wayshawn Parker with him. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Utah faces a 4-man rush. Hand off Parker. He's going to bust to the outside. Wayshawn on his feet, 30. Just shy of the 30. They'll say he steps out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. Be a gain of 9 on first down, but a flag behind the play, and this one's coming back on Utah. It's going to be a hold.
Offense number 71. 10-yard penalty Replay, first down.
The talented left tackle who's getting a lot of NFL looks, Caleb Lomu, called for that infraction, and that's going to back him up 10 yards. It'll be 1st and 20 back at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, that's a questionable call there. And the back dips to the inside. So he's set where he's supposed to be, and then just that's a real ticky call if you ask me.
Snowden in the backfield with Parker on first down and 20. Now they motion Snowden out. Handed away Sean Parker again. He picks his way forward and picks up 7 to about the 17-yard line. That 9-yard gain was a race, but a nice 7-yard gain. I'll tell you what, I've been impressed with both Parker and Rogers tonight, haven't you?
Yeah, it's that north-south running, and they're also patient, and they're just really good at hitting that whole little counter right there on that last play. And they got a little shake in their move to get outside and do some fun stuff.
2nd and 13, empty backfield for Devin Dampier. He's going to roll to his right, avoid traffic, come back to his left. Nearly fell down in the end zone. Now Devin's looking down the field. He's going to keep it and duck out of bounds at about the 21-yard line. A lot of running that time to pick up all of about 4 yards, and he nearly went down on the goal line. 3rd down and 9 coming up.
Yeah, that guy, he's got some magic in him because he should have been sacked right there. And he was the best in the country at this a year ago, and you're seeing why tonight because that 2 or 3 yard gain was extremely impressive.
Snowden in the backfield, 4 wide receivers in the formation. Dampier to pass, dumps it out of the backfield. That's Snowden. Smith to the outside, first down yardage 30, and belted out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. That's a pickup of 12 and a first down. Stratford forced him out of bounds on that far side, but everybody ran downfield. Smith was by himself in the flat and picked up 12.
Yeah, huge right there, and he just out-leveraged the defense, and then he just used his athleticism to have the awareness to get the first down, but, that a couple of extra yards was enough so they could get the first down from Dampier on the play before.
Snowden stays in the backfield on 1st and 10 from the 32. Davis in motion. Dampier to pass outside to Smith. Snowden again. He's got running room to the outside on his feet. 40 and down after an 8-yard gain. If he steps out of that tackle, he's up the sideline and out the gate. Stratford with the tackle again.
What a fun play. That was it looked like it was a pass, but it was actually a screen. And he comes in motion, then he looks like he's going to run across the field, then he steps to the outside, and then he just lets those offensive linemen lead up the field. That's creative playmaking right there, calling by Jason Beck.
2nd down and 2. Dampier takes the snap again. Pumps once, fires to the outside, caught. Got his man Ryan Davis. Hauls it in at the 46 for a gain of 4 and a first down. Those two connected 54 times a year ago at New Mexico. That's their first connection here tonight.
Yeah, just not 100% clean on just those pure drop-back plays there. It just should be a little bit easier than it has been.
1st and 10 from the 46. Devin to pass again. Fires outside, caught again. Ryan Davis again into UCLA territory and down to the 47-yard line for a gain of 6 yards. 48-yard line, gain of 6.
Nice balance here, too. I mean, Utah's run the ball early in this drive, and then they've had some high-percentage throws. They're like those candy store throws where everyone's open. You just go and pick whatever you want.
3 former Lobos on the field. Dampier, Davis, and Rogers back into the backfield on 2nd down and 4 from the UCLA 48-yard line. 4 receivers in the pattern for Dampier. Going to hand it to Rogers this time to carry inside the 45, very close to first down yardage. Are they going to give it to him? They are. Got to the 44 for a gain of 4 and another Utah first down.
Man, it makes it so easy for you as a coordinator when that line just gets that surge. You're 4 yards before you're even touched.
You like what you're seeing up front tonight?
I've liked it from play one. I mean, they just both in pass protection and running football. This offensive line is very, very good.
Keith Olson's in the backfield, big offensive lineman. He motions out of bounds now on 1st and 10. Parker back in the ball game. Throws the flanker screen to the outside. It's caught there by Buchanan, the tight end. JJ stays on his feet. Down to the 42, almost 41-yard line for a gain of 5. Oh, well, actually, we'll call that about a gain of 3. JJ, part of that Las Vegas connection. Dalton Kincaid, a Vegas guy a couple of years ago. Coaching staff likes this true freshman a lot, too. He had a really good fall game.
Yeah, they love him, and you heard a lot about him. That play just a little too long to develop there. And, of course, he didn't have any blockers. Wide receiver kind of left him hanging.
Kind of hard to make a game without any blocking in front. 2nd down and 7 for the Bruin 41. Delayed handoff. Parker picking his way forward. 40, 39, stays on his feet, bounces off a tackler, and down to the 35-yard line goes Wayshawn Parker. They'll mark him down just shy of the 35. It'll be third down at about 1.5 yards, but he pinballed his way down for that game.
Yeah. Rogers and Parker, man, they are interchangeable, and it's like one is just going to hit you, and then the next one's going to hit you, and you start seeing these defensive linemen miss tackles because they're just getting pounded into submission here by this offense.
How about this, Scott? Utah 8 for 9 on third down. Dampier goes under center, turns and gives Rogers first down yardage, follows his blockers down to the 30-yard line for a gain of 6. They're now 9 out of 10 on third down.
Well, and I love the design of this because, you get that lead blocker just helps you for any kind of cleaning up any kind of early penetration from the defense.
We're going to do it again right here with Dampier turning and giving it to Rogers again, following his blockers forward. A little shorter gain that time, only picked up about 1.5 yards down near the 27-yard line.
Well, I guarantee you there's a pass play off of this right here. Because if UCLA could have had 12 men at the line of scrimmage, they would have, and they had 11 very close.
Hunter Andrews checks in. He's going to line up next to Devin Dampier. Keith Olson also stays in the ball game. They line him up as a tight end in the left slot. 3 receivers in the pattern for Utah on second down and 8. Devin throws it out. Flanker screen caught by Smith Snowden. Down near the 21-yard line is where he goes. He'll pick up about 7 yards. Devin Apu makes the tackle for UCLA. Third down and short coming up.
This offense, it just looks like they kind of hit you with something and you don't know what it is, and then they moved on to the next thing. I mean, it's heavy formation. Now it's flanker screen, and it's run. It's just a really good mix and balance of offense.
Third down and 2 for Utah. Empty backfield for Dampier. He brings Smith Snowden in motion. Devin's going to keep it himself. Picks his way forward. First down yardage to the 18. He needed 2. He picked up 3. Utah now 10 for 11 on third down.
Well, and when you have those shorter third downs, and there's so many different options you have, I mean, how do you stop it? A lot of that run right there was Devin Dampier. I think if he handed off to Smith Snowden, he might be running up to the San Fernando Valley right now. No one was there.
Utah 4 for 4 on third down now on this drive inside the Canyon View Credit Union red zone for a 4th time today. Rogers next to Dampier. Hand off Rogers. That time stacked up after a short gain of only about 1 yard down to the 17-yard line. That was about as well as UCLA's played the run all night long.
Well, and they had everyone at the line. I mean, clearly at the line of scrimmage. It's just about time for a nice play-action pass. Someone going to be running wide open.
This was about the spot on the field where they threw one to Lander Barton for a touchdown in the first half. Davis out wide right. Buchanan to the left, second down and 9. Here comes Davis in motion. Pass over the middle, caught. Tight end's got it. Dallin Bentley inside the 10. Very close to first down yardage at the 8-yard line. Third catch tonight for Dallin Bentley.
Yeah, really nice throw, too. And I like the rhythm of it with Dampier.
He's 7 for 7 now on this drive, Scott.
Yeah, and just feeling very comfortable here. But he sees it, boom, he throws it. Great location. It's a tight throw right there.
Another third down at about half a yard here. Dampier under center. Let's see if they play something off it. Nope, they're going to turn and give it to Rogers. And Rogers gets down to about the 5-yard line. That's going to be a first down and goal at the UCLA 5. John Vaughn's made the tackle, but how about Keith Olson playing the role of fullback tonight?
Yeah, that's the Bubba package right there, man. Put Bubba in there. Bubba Olson, man, let him run. That's it's hard to beat. I'm just telling you.
Remember the old refrigerator Perry lining up in the backfield too?
And they didn't stop it then. It just makes
blocking
sense.
for Walter Payton.
Yeah.
First and goal from the 5 for Utah. Full house backfield. Bentley motions out. Dampier turns and gives Rogers, picking his way forward near the goal line. Stopped about 1 yard short. They'll mark him down at the 1.5. It'll be second down and goal.
Rogers was in a 4-point stance. He's like, everyone knows what's going to happen, but it's so hard to stop because you just have more guys than they have. It's like the tush push. It's just a different version of a play like that.
Would you run bootleg here?
I mean, they're going to try to just run it down their throat is what they're going to do.
Dampier under center, full house backfield again. Turning to give to Rogers again. This time he's stuffed at the 2-yard line. UCLA just brought more people than Utah could block that time. Jalen Woods was in on the tackle for UCLA. It'll be third down and goal now from about the 2.5.
Would I have run bootleg? Sure. Yeah, on that play.
Everybody was sold out to the middle. If Devin just fakes it and goes around the edge. They're not going to catch you.
And someone should have blocked that. And they submarined under there and just stopped the back of the backfield. And that's why you have that.
I think they're 11
pressure.
for 12 now on third down and 5 for 5 on this drive. Third down and goal. Dampier turns and rolls to his right. Dampier throws toward the end zone. Is it caught? Incomplete. Trying to get it to Larry Simmons. Simmons slipped. Ball was a little low, and now we'll see if Utah goes for it here. I think they might. They're going to keep the offense out there, or will they bring the field goal team out? Nope, they're going to bring the field goal team out, I think. Nope, they're keeping the offense out there, Scott. Third down, make it now fourth down and goal from about the 2. What do you run here?
Well, I didn't really like. I'll tell you what I run. I'd run like quarterback counter, where you just let everyone lead, run counter, and run the quarterback right up the middle.
Dampier to pass. He is running counter, follows his blockers into the end zone, and that's a touchdown. Devin Dampier from 2 yards out followed his blockers off the right side, and into the end zone he goes for a Utah touchdown. His first rushing touchdown as a Ute.
And untouched, too. And that, again, good call there, Coach. Run counter with the quarterback. I like it. And, boy, you can just see the efficiency of this team, in the red zone, because there's so many different looks and so many different ways they attack you. Just very well schemed here by Jason Beck in this offense.
PAT, Dylan Curtis up, and Dylan Curtis good. What a drive by Utah. What a drive by the Utes. Paying off at a Pepsi touchdown, eating up the clock and tacking on more points. 2:50 to play here in the third. Utah 30 and UCLA 10. Timeout on the field. We're back after this to Pasadena in the Big O Tires broadcast booth on ESPN 700, the Ute Sports Radio Network.
Canyon View Credit Union is making college life better with Rewards Checking, the checking account that rewards you back for simply doing your thing. Grab a snack, points. Late night study fuel, more points. Plus, there's no minimum balance and no monthly maintenance fee. Rack up points and redeem them for gift cards, merch, and more. Open your Rewards Checking account today at Canyon View Credit Union, because getting rewarded for life on campus is just smart. Visit canyonviewcu.com today. Federally insured, NCUA.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs.
Old Dominion, official freight carrier of Utah Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Shaping a game plan for your family's health care involves more than just X's and O's. It's being there when you need them most or when you least expect it. As the trusted healthcare provider for the Utes family and yours, University of Utah Health has the right playbook for keeping your team healthy no matter what age or need. Get the same care the Utes rely on by visiting uofuhealth.org. That's uofuhealth.org. In need of a bus charter for your next adventure? We'll look no further than the official team transportation provider for Utah Athletics. Holiday Motor Coach has a fleet of over 100 motor coaches servicing the Intermountain West, ranging in size from 24 to 56 passengers. Visit holidaymotorcoach.com. That's holidaymotorcoach.com and request your free online quote today.
You're listening to Utah Football, brought to you by Smith's on ESPN 700 and the Ute Sports Network.
Tonight's broadcast being brought to you by Smith's, proud sponsor of University of Utah Athletics. Smith's, fresh for everyone. Guys, how about this drive? 20 plays, 80 yards, 9:44 off the game clock. Devin Dampier's 2-yard touchdown run. He was 7 of 8 passing for 48 yards and 3 of 9 rushing. Three rushes, 9 yards, including the touchdown. A 20-play drive, Scott Mitchell.
Yeah, I mean, it's so impressive, and you wonder, how's this team going to react and respond when they do well, and even when UCLA comes out and it looks like they're moving the ball again, but it's demoralizing, and it's great when you have the folks up front that can just deliver. I can't express that enough. I mean, to get those third down conversions is huge, but to throw and run the ball like Utah can, the balance is just. As Coach Whittingham and Coach Scally said, it's a nightmare for other defensive coordinators to try to figure out and stop.
Another stat for you from Dave Spatafor. Utah's got 346 yards of total offense tonight. That's already more than 7 games a year ago. And if they pick up 4 more, they'll pass what they got in the ASU game. Yeah, it's a different year, folks. It's a different year. Kickoff is short, taken at about the 4-yard line. That's Jaden Marshall. Marshall's going to be swarmed under and dropped at about the 22-yard line for a gain of about 17, maybe 18 yards on that return. Excellent coverage by the Utah special teams with 2:46 to play. Tackle was by J.C. Hart. You're going to hear J.C. Hart's name as this year goes along. He is the talented defensive back, only a redshirt freshman from Auburn. He's got a very bright future here in Utah. We've got a timeout on the field here. We'll take that timeout with him and remind you, Canyon View Credit Union's rewards checking gives you points simply doing your thing. Plus, there's no minimum balance and no monthly maintenance fee either. Federally insured, never NCUA. Find them online at canyonviewcu.com. It's Utah 30 and UCLA 10 on the opening night of Utah football here at the Rose Bowl. And this is Utah football from ESPN 700, the Ute Sports Radio Network.
Puka, Bella, I'm sure you've noticed some changes.
Who are you talking to?
I'm just practicing for when I have to tell the dogs about the twins. Because they'll
Be fine in the spacious third row seat.
But the twins
Can sleep peacefully thanks to the rear manual sunshade.
And what about the
Extra cargo space for strollers and dog beds?
I guess you're right.
Can we go to the hospital now? The contractions are getting closer.
The 3-row Lexus TX. Because everyone should feel like the center of the universe. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
There are plenty of reasons Big O is the team you trust, and tires is only the first. We've got your back from the bottom of your car to the top. No matter what your concerns are, Big O's experienced technicians have you covered. Service. It's one more reason Big O is the team you trust.
This is Devin Dampier. As a new quarterback for the Utes, preparation is everything. Every practice, every play, every decision. And that preparation starts long before I step on the field. It starts with what I put in my body. That's why I choose Culligan Water, Salt Lake City. Their healthy, clean water isn't about quenching thirst. It's about optimal hydration, faster recovery, peak performance. It's the foundation of staying sharp on and off the field. For me and for my game, it's got to be Culligan of Salt Lake City. Drink what I drink. Visit CulliganSLC.com or call 801-509-9602.
Miss, your burger is served.
Thank you.
And if I may suggest a pairing, this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. The sweetness of Pepsi perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger, while the citrus and carbonation elevates the taste for a truly stunning flavor profile. Bon appetit.
Now that is one perfect combination. If this is how the other half lives, I could get used to this. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
You're listening to Utah Football, brought to you by America First Credit Union on ESPN 700 and the Ute Sports Network.
Happy and brought to you by Utah's trusted healthcare provider for the Utes family and yours. That's University of Utah Health. Defense back out, brought to you by doTERRA. UCLA 1st and 10 from their own 22. Handoff, tailbacks, got a little running room out to about the 30-yard line for a gain of 8. That was Javion Thomas, the man they called Jet from the University of California. How about a spat stat for you?
Bring it on.
Going back to the offense a minute ago. Utah has 23 first downs tonight. That's more than 11 games a year ago. The only game they had more than 23 first downs was the SUU game.
Ouch.
It's a different year. We're going to say that a lot this year. It's a different year offensively.
Clearly.
2nd down and 2. Iamaleava brings a tight end in motion across the formation. Nico stands in the shotgun, and he's going to hand it to that tailback, and that tailback's going to go nowhere. That was Javion Thomas. He got 8 on the prior carry. Not that time. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 2 coming up.
Yeah, really nice play by Lance Holtzclaw for no gain. It's interesting, UCLA is like, they're down by a lot, but they certainly seem to have a lot of patience here, run the ball the last 2 times.
3rd down and 2. UCLA 2 for 8 on 3rd down. They've got to get to the 32. Keep this drive alive. 90 seconds to play here in the 3rd. Utah 30, UCLA 10. Woods the back of the backfield. Iamaleava backs to pass. Lots of time. Down the field he goes. Knocked away by Scooby Davis as they tried to squeeze that ball into Gilmer. Excellent read by Davis. If he gets there a second sooner, it might be a pick.
Yeah, if it wasn't a high throw, this is going to be picked off for sure.
No punt team coming out for UCLA. They're leaving the offense out there down 30-10 late here in the third. Big chance for the Utah defense to get, in essence, a turnover here. Bruins at their own 30-yard line. 4th down and 2. They're 1 out of 2 on 4th down tonight. Iamaleava in the gun, surveys the defense. Takes the snap, pressure coming. He scrambles to his right, looks down the field. He's got the first down beyond the 35 to the 37. Biamahi made the tackle. Utah did a good job of coverage, just didn't have contain on the outside, and the legs of Iamaleava made him pay.
Yeah, and I think if they called a holding on Utah in that last series, they certainly should have called it right there in that one. Looks like it. It's a pretty good play.
7-yard gain, first down UCLA as we come up on a minute to play here in the third quarter from their own 37-yard line. 4-man down front here for Utah, now an empty backfield. Berger motions out. Iamaleava to pass. Pressure up the middle, steps away from it, looking down the field. He's going to scramble now and be knocked out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. Good pursuit there by Utah. That's Cash Dillon, sophomore out of Corner Canyon High School, who did a nice job tracking him down after a gain of about 4.
It almost looks like Iamaleava is just letting the pass rush go by him and then just kind of scrambling. It's almost like he's not really looking down the field to throw per se. I don't know. There's just a weird vibe with this offense right now.
A lot of guys open down the field. 2nd down and 6. Inside of 30 seconds to play here in the third. Nico, play action pass, throws quickly over the middle, ball deflected. Is that Teo Johnson who maybe got a piece of that?
Yeah.
Teo playing safety up near the line of scrimmage, got a hand up. They were trying to squeeze that into Mikey Matthews. It goes incomplete, 3rd down and long.
Yeah, and that's been where UCLA's had any success, is kind of that quick play action pop pass right over the middle of the field. Teo kind of sensed it. Should have had a pick 6.
So 3rd down here. We'll call it about 6.5, almost 7 yards. 2 out of 9 on 3rd down are the Bruins. Iamaleava to pass. Utah bringing pressure right up in his face, and he's going to be sacked. They get to his feet and bring him down. Cash Dillon in. Who else was there? Nate Ritchie was there. John Henry Daly was there. It was a defensive party in the backfield right at the feet of Iamaleava, and that will take us to the end of the third quarter with 4th down on the way. It's been a dominant 3 quarters here in the opener for Utah as they lead at 30-10 for the Big O Tires broadcast booth here in Pasadena. Utah football tonight being brought to you by University of Utah Health and Sports Medicine, because you belong back in the game as much as anyone. Find them online at sportsmed.uofuhealth.org. 4th quarter on the way here at UCLA. It's Utah 30 and UCLA 10. This is Utah football from ESPN 700, the Ute Sports Radio Network.
Hey there, power packing road trip couple. Do you need all that stuff on a 2-date trip? Probably not. But don't let that stop you. Storage capacity ain't nothing but a number. We salute your dedication to getting the most out of your car by cramming the most you can into it. And when it's time for just a little more trunk space, check out the thousands of SUVs we've packed onto kengarf.com. Hey, we hear you.
Big trip on the horizon? The Parking Spot gets you going faster. The Parking Spot is a simpler, easier way to navigate airport parking. When you book online, you save money and are guaranteed a spot. We'll pick you up at your trunk in our yellow and black spotted shuttles, help you with your bags, and take you straight to the terminal. Parking and saving come full circle at the Parking Spot. Get going faster with the Parking Spot. Visit theparkingspot.com to reserve your spot.
Shaping a game plan for your family's healthcare involves more than just X's and O's. It's being there when you need them most or when you least expect it. As the trusted healthcare provider for the Utes family and yours, University of Utah Health has the right playbook for keeping your team healthy no matter what age or need. Get the same care the Utes rely on by visiting uofuhealth.org. That's uofuhealth.org. HolidayMotorCoach.org. In need of a bus charter for your next adventure? Well, look no further than the official team transportation provider for Utah Athletics. Holiday Motor Coach has a fleet of over 100 motor coaches servicing the Intermountain West, ranging in size from 24 to 56 passengers. Visit HolidayMotorCoach.com. That's HolidayMotorCoach.com. And request your free online quote today.
You're listening to Utah Football, brought to you by Smith's on ESPN 700 and the Ute Sports Network.
Back in Pasadena, our second half being brought to you by Pepsi and Smith's. All season long, your local Smith's. Shop there and save on PepsiCo products. Pepsi was made for Utah. Watching third quarter numbers, Utah 90 total yards, 48 passing, 42 on the ground. UCLA 60 yards, 31 passing, 29 on the ground. Utah converted 4 of 5 third downs. UCLA 0 for 3. By the way, that last sack, let's give credit where credit's due. Cash Dillon got half a sack, but the freshman Carson Kafusi, yet another Kafusi coming through Utah. He got half a sack, too, and he's only a true freshman, Scott. They have a bright future with he and Poo-Poo and others at that defensive tackle spot.
I think the coaches gave a pretty honest evaluation of these players. You know, a lot of talent, a lot of depth. They're young, but they're gonna get in the mix of things. And you know, clearly UCLA is one-dimensional right now, and so those guys can just pin their ears back and let it rip, which is what they're doing. But the exciting thing is that they can actually let something rip. You know, they can get to the quarterback, and that's a good thing to feel. And
looking forward to seeing everyone next week, Scott. Home opener against Cal Poly, 4 o'clock Mountain Time kickoff, so you won't need to stay up all night long. And Ron McBride and Roy Jefferson going in the Ring of Honor next week, which will be fantastic. I'll, in fact, be interviewing Coach Mack on my Crimson Corner podcast, which debuted this past week. Get it where your favorite podcasts are located. Crimson Corner drops every Wednesday morning, and Coach Mack will join me to talk about going into the Ring of Honor this week.
Well deserved. I mean, you know, he really turned a corner for Utah and was such a big part in how they develop players.
None of this happens today.
No.
He built the foundation.
They just really understood where to find players and turn 2 stars into 4 stars and 3 stars.
Hunter there, shot, oh man, almost blocked. Fair catch called for by Glover and taken it about the 19-yard line. They just about got that to Will Carroll. Instead, it's a timeout on the field. Utah will take over with an 81-yard field in front of them and try to put a dagger in the Bruins here early in the fourth quarter. 14:54 to play here in the fourth. Timeout on the field. It's Utah 30, UCLA 10, and this is Utah Football from ESPN 700 Ute Sports Radio Network.
This is Devin Dampier. As a new quarterback for the Utes, preparation is everything. Every practice, every play, every decision. And that preparation starts long before I step on the field. It starts with what I put in my body. That's why I choose Culligan Water, Salt Lake City. Their healthy, clean water isn't about quenching thirst. It's about optimal hydration, faster recovery, peak performance. It's the foundation of staying sharp on and off the field. For me and for my game, it's got to be Culligan of Salt Lake City. Drink what I drink. Visit CulliganSLC.com or call 801-509-9602.
Becoming America's best-selling brand means you never settle for anything less. Like the Ford F-150, with its premium-grade muscle and finely tuned intelligence, it's a beast with brains. The Ford Bronco Sport, with unquestioned toughness and capability, it's built to take on the mountains. And Ford's complete lineup of all-wheel drive SUVs gives you the power, style, and space you need for life on the go. Contact your local Ford store for exclusive offers on Ford's full lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Sales claim based on calendar year sales.
There are plenty of reasons Big O is the team you trust, and tires is only the first. We've got your bag from the bottom of your car to the top. No matter what your concerns are, Big O's experienced technicians have you covered. Service, it's one more reason Big O is the team you trust.
Puka, Bella, I'm sure you've noticed some changes.
Who are you talking to?
I'm just practicing for when I have to tell the dogs about the twins. You know, because they'll
Be fine in the spacious third row seat.
But the twins
Can sleep peacefully thanks to the rear manual sunshade.
And what about the
Extra cargo space for strollers and dog beds?
I guess you're right.
Can we go to the hospital now? The contractions are getting closer.
The 3-row Lexus TX. Because everyone should feel like the center of the universe. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
You're listening to Utah Football, brought to you by America First Credit Union on ESPN 700 and the Ute Sports Network.
To you by our friends at Bud Light. Easy to drink and easy to enjoy. Want to thank everybody out there that has the television turned down and us synced to their TV tonight. Love you guys for that. Thank you very much. It means a lot that you want to listen to me and Scott, Sly, Matt and Dave are here. Alonzo's here as well. James back at the studio. But thank you for syncing up your TVs with us tonight from here at the Rose Bowl. Try to do that all year long if you can. It's a lot easier now that you can pause those TVs and sync things up just a little bit. Thanks for listening in on our flagship radio home, ESPN 700, and, of course, ESPN700sports.com and all the other streaming options, too. I'm Bill Riley. That's Scott Mitchell. Slides downstairs. 30-10 Utah. They've got a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Devin Dampier going under center, turns and gives it. Wayshawn Parker. Parker picks his way forward off that left side, following Lomu and others, and picks up about 3 to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, so often, that edge where the tight end is, they get that outside penetration, and you just can't get around that side. Utah did a nice job.
Got a Dave Spatafor stat. He's on fire tonight. The last time Utah had a 20-play drive like they had on the last drive was 2016. You know what's similar between this and 2016? The offensive line. Here's Parker again on a counter play that time, and picks up about 2 yards out to the 24-yard line. They were just grinding people with Garrett Bowles and Isaac Asiata that year, the way they did UCLA on that last drive.
This is kind of a fun play. It's almost like one of those run-and-shoot sprint draws.
This is third down and 7 coming up here, Scott. We haven't had many third longs tonight, have we?
No, but that last play was interesting, and then they run draw back away from the way they pulled.
Utah 11 for 13 on third down. They've got to get to the 29-yard line. Dampier by himself in the gun. Parker the motion man. They hand it away, Sean. He's into the open field and very close to first down yardage. He needed the 29. They're going to give it to him and move the chains for a first down. That's a gain of 7. Parker did a great job of following the blocks around that right end and picked up the yardage needed for a Utah first down to keep the drive alive.
Yeah, and so much of these guys have been running straight ahead. Wayshawn and Rogers, and that one he kind of went out on the edge on kind of a fly sweep and showed some nifty footwork.
Clock running at 13:13 to play here in the fourth quarter. Utah by 20, 30-10. Kind of taking their time now, letting that play clock evaporate down a little bit. 5 on the play clock. Handoff around this near edge. Is that Smith-Snowden? It is. And Smith picks up minimal yardage. Gets about 3 out to the 32-yard line. He's been a really effective weapon in the run game tonight.
Well, yeah, he has, and he's such a talent on the edge like that, and a pretty nifty runner. Unfortunately, he gets out of bounds. This is a 4-minute offense. You want to stay in bounds, snap the clock a little bit later, kind of milk some time off the clock here.
3 receivers to the left for Utah. Rogers in the backfield with Dampier on 2nd down and 7 from the Utah 32. Devin's going to pass, fires outside. It's caught there to the 40. 42, 43 goes Ryan Davis. Enough for a first down. He needed 7, and he picked up almost 10. And Utah continues to move the chains. Those two have connected a few times down through the years.
Yeah, and I just like when Devin reads it and throws it and doesn't hold it. That's something that'll just help him down the road.
Another throw on first down. This one over the middle, caught again. That's J.J. Buchanan. Keeps his feet beyond the 50. And down to the UCLA 41-yard line goes J.J. Buchanan. Nice pitch and catch that time. Great hands by Buchanan. That ball was a little bit behind him. Cole Martin made the tackle for UCLA.
And that's that second window. Devin has enough savvy to not throw it early. It would have been picked.
Tempo now for Utah. Dampier checks with the sideline. They'll let the play clock trickle down just a bit. It's at 20. Now he goes to the line and changes the play. 2 receivers right to the left-hand side. Rogers next to him on 1st and 10 for the Bruin 40-yard line. Rogers follows his blocks inside the 40 and down to about the 38-yard line for a gain of almost 3 yards. Utah just grinding again on this drive as Nakiri Rogers and Wayshawn Parker just keep swapping in and out.
It almost feels like Utah's about ready to just bust one. They just have pounded and pounded and pounded, and then a lot like Zach Moss used to do.
Jackson Benny splits wide to the right-hand side. Keep an eye on him. He's a good deep threat here. 2nd down and 7 for the Bruin 38-yard line. Now Benny comes in motion, cuts back to the inside. Dampier looking to pass, scrambling to the outside, looking down the field. He's got Merriweather at the 10. Tobias Merriweather rolls himself down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 36 yards on a ball that was thrown on the run by Devin Dampier to Tobias Merriweather. His first catch is a Ute.
Yeah, if Devin can just lead him a little bit on that throw, it's just an easy touchdown. A little too much air.
As a result, it's 1st and goal at the UCLA 2-yard line and back again inside the Canyon View Credit Union red zone for Utah. Kerry Rogers, the tailback for Utah, on 1st and goal. They line up in a power formation. Hunter Andrews and Keith Olson on the left-hand side. Dampier looks, rolls, throws, end zone, touchdown. Dallin Bentley. The tight end's always open, and he was in the back of the end zone. And it's a Utah touchdown. 2nd touchdown pass tonight for Devin Dampier. Both of them to his tight ends.
Well, and they've run the ball. This is that Bubba package there with Olsen, and just a great. They set that up so nicely, but it was because they've been running the ball. UCLA's just like, man, can we just get out of this game already? You love those throws as a quarterback when a guy's just wide open like that.
Well, the Bruin fans are now headed to the exits here in Pasadena as Utah extends its lead now to 36-10 on that Pepsi touchdown to Dallin Bentley. Dallin's first career touchdown catch as a Ute, and now Utah's going to go for 2 here. Dampier checks with the wristband. The play clock at 14. Calls the play at the line of scrimmage. Kerry Rogers with it. Motion man Smith Snowden. Option play outside Rogers. Cuts back to the inside, will be stopped short of the end zone and denied on the 2-point conversion. That one was a little messy from the get-go. Chisholm, the safety, made the tackle.
Yeah, it's just that edge rusher is just not taken care of and can't get a clean pitch right there. Devin would have been better just to hold it to the inside, just followed his blockers and gone right in the end zone.
Timeout on the field with 10:05 to play. All Utah here tonight, Pasadena. It's Utah 36 and the UCLA Bruins 10. For the Big O Tires broadcast booth, it's Utah football from ESPN 700, the Ute Sports Radio Network. In need of a bus charter for your next adventure? We'll look no further than the official team transportation provider for Utah Athletics. Holiday Motor Coach has a fleet of over 100 motor coaches servicing the Intermountain West, ranging in size from 24 to 56 passengers. Visit holidaymotorcoach.com. That's holidaymotorcoach.com and request your free online quote today.
Shaping a game plan for your family's health care involves more than just X's and O's. It's being there when you need them most or when you least expect it. As the trusted health care provider for the Utes family and yours, University of Utah Health has the right playbook for keeping your team healthy no matter what age or need. Get the same care the Utes rely on by visiting uofuhealth.org. That's uofuhealth.org.
Hey there, power packing road trip couple. Do you need all that stuff on a 2-date trip? Probably not. But don't let that stop you. Storage capacity ain't nothing but a number. We salute your dedication to getting the most out of your car by cramming the most you can into it. And when it's time for just a little more trunk space, check out the thousands of SUVs we've packed onto kengarf.com. Hey, we hear you.
Big trip on the horizon? The parking spot gets you going faster. The parking spot is a simpler, easier way to navigate airport parking. When you book online, you save money and are guaranteed a spot. We'll pick you up at your trunk in our yellow and black spotted shuttles, help you with your bags, and take you straight to the terminal. Parking and saving come full circle at the parking spot. Get going faster with the parking spot. Visit theparkingspot.com to reserve your spot.
You're listening to Utah Football, brought to you by Smith's on ESPN 700 and the Ute Sports Network.
That last scoring drive, 9 plays, 81 yards, almost 5 minutes off the clock. Devin Dampier was 4 for 4 for 67 yards and threw his second touchdown pass. Kudos to Dallin Bentley. It's a guy that's been in this program for a while, was an All-American at Stowe Junior College, has bided his time, and has had a nice night tonight, gets his first Utah touchdown.
Yeah, and what I like is they're not pulling off the throttle here. You know, it's just like they're still running their offense. They're still attacking the defense. And just finishing the game nicely. But Dallin, yeah, he's a talent. And again, I like what Jason Beck has done. Just getting a lot of people involved in this offense it's going to help down the road.
Jade Marshall back deep to receive this kickoff from Dylan Curtis. Dylan hasn't hit them all in the end zone. He's got a couple of touchbacks. Coverage has been pretty good, though, tonight for Utah. You know, Dylan's got that big leg. He hit the 54-yard field goal just before halftime. 10:05 to play. Second half being brought to you by University of Utah Health. Right-footed drive, high and end over end. Marshall can bring it out if he wants to, but he will not. He'll take a knee 5 yards deep. And Iamaleava and that UCLA offense will come out 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. I guess my question for you, Scott, is how long does Devin Dampier stay in the game if you're Utah? You're up 36-10. These are probably, if you get it back, there'll be 5 or 6 minutes left. Yeah. You let Isaac Wilson come out, take a series.
It doesn't hurt you to do that. And again, you gotta learn about like preserving your team and about maintaining your depth, and being able to rest guys early on in the season is a huge thing.
Iamaleava 1st and 10 from his own 25. Anthony Woods next to him. Nico's going to pass. Lots of time. 4-man rush. Throws in the flat and overshoots his man in the flat. That's his tight end Peterson, who was open. Coverage was coming pretty quick on the outside there.
Yeah, and those are the ones where you can tell, like, you know, because Nico's been really accurate throwing the football here, and it's just kind of like, this game's kind of out of hand.
Jackson Benny, who's played both ways tonight, offense and defense, had the coverage in the flat. It went incomplete. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
Yeah, Jackson Benny's done a nice job tonight.
He's a really talented player, just a sophomore. Iamaleava to pass. Takes a big old hit, but completes that pass down the field to the 40. Another tight end shot. That time he didn't miss Jack Peterson. The redshirt junior tight end made the catch and had a nice run after catch, and that picks up 15 and a 1st down.
That was Jackson Benny who hit Nico.
Nico's going to go hurry up. A lot of movement. No flag. He's hitting from behind, but dumps it off into the flat. Out in the flat, he's got Woods. Breaks the tackle, 50. Anthony Woods upended out of bounds by Jonnu Hall, but in Utah territory and out of bounds. They're going to mark him at about the 47-yard line.
Yeah, speaking of Jackson Benny, he's the one who missed the open field tackle right there.
After he put the big hit the play before on Iamaleava. 1st and 10 for the Utah 47 for Nico. Pressure again coming. Scrambling. Down he goes. John Henry Daly there. Lance Holtzclaw as well. And Utah gets sack number 4 tonight on Nico Iamaleava.
Yeah, and this is that fun package that NASCAR where, you know,
they don't have a tackle in the game right now. Yeah, they're all defensive ends.
Yep, and they just kind of and mix. You know, they can drop back in coverage. They can blitz. They blitzed right there and got to the quarterback.
He lost 7 on that play. John Henry Daly's had a really nice game tonight. All those Utah defensive ends have. 2nd down and 17 back at the UCLA 46. Nico to pass again. Blitz coming over the middle. It's caught and intercepted. On the run, inside the 35 to the UCLA 30-yard line. That's Trey Reynolds. Reynolds, the linebacker, just standing there, and Iamaleava threw it right to him. Attaboy, Trey. There's the turnover Utah wanted and needed, and they've got it 1st and 10 when we get back. Trey Reynolds with his first career interception, and the Utah defense comes up with a big turnover. Timeout on the field. 8:37 to play. It's Utah 36 and UCLA 10 for the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. In the Big O Tires broadcast booth, it's Utah football from ESPN 700 and the Ute Sports Radio Network.
This is Devin Dampier. As a new quarterback for the Utes, preparation is everything. Every practice, every play, every decision. And that preparation starts long before I step on the field. It starts with what I put in my body. That's why I choose Culligan Water, Salt Lake City. Their healthy, clean water isn't about quenching thirst. It's about optimal hydration, faster recovery, peak performance. It's the foundation of staying sharp on and off the field. For me and for my game, it's got to be Culligan of Salt Lake City. Drink what I drink. Visit CulliganSLC.com or call 801-509-9602.
Les Schwab is proud to be a part of your local community and a sponsor of Utes football. Wherever you live throughout the University of Utah Nation, Les Schwab is here to help keep you safe and save you money with free pre-trip safety checks and America's best tire warranty. That includes no-hassle road hazard protection, a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, and free tire maintenance with the tires you buy. Schedule your next appointment at leschwab.com or stop by anytime and watch the Les Schwab team jump into action, just like your favorite University of Utah Utes. Les Schwab Tires, where doing the right thing matters.
Puka, Bella, I'm sure you've noticed some changes.
Who are you talking to?
I'm just practicing for when I have to tell the dogs about the twins, because they'll...
Be fine in the spacious third row seat.
But the twins...
Can sleep peacefully thanks to the rear manual sunshade.
And what about the...
Extra cargo space for strollers and dog beds?
I guess you're right.
Can we go to the hospital now? The contractions are getting closer.
The 3-row Lexus TX, because everyone should feel like the center of the universe. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
There are plenty of reasons Big O is the team you trust, and tires is only the first. We've got your back from the bottom of your car to the top. No matter what your concerns are, Big O's experienced technicians have you covered. Service, it's one more reason Big O is the team you trust.
You're listening to Utah Football, brought to you by America First Credit Union on ESPN 700 and the Ute Sports Network.
Trey Reynolds gets his first career interception and returns it to the UCLA 29 slide. They love this kid in that linebacker room, don't they?
Oh, yeah. He brings everything from special teams to being a rotational player. He's doing it the right way. He did the dirty work. Now he's in the rotation, but he was in the right place at the right time. He read the screen, just overthrown by Ilam Aliaba, and he got it. And almost like you guys said, he almost had a pick six if he could get out of the grasp of one of those guys.
Sideline update brought to you by Ken Garf. We hear you. 1st and 10 Utah after the turnover at the UCLA 29. Devin Dampier stays in the ball game. Yeah. And he's got Wayshawn Parker with him here. Merriweather on the outside, 2 receivers in the left slot, including Hunter Andrews. Handoff, Parker. Got grabbed, it looked like, by the face mask and wrapped up and taken down just behind the line of scrimmage. No flag on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down and long. UCLA just selling out to the run that time. Gary Smith made the tackle.
Yeah, it almost felt like Devin could have held on to that ball and gone around the end. Sometimes they're just called dives, and sometimes it's a read,
Devin taking his time. They call the play at the line of scrimmage. No huddles this year for Utah. 2nd down and 10. Dampier in the gun. Brings Hunter Andrews into the backfield. They hand it off to Hunter. Hunter picks his way forward. Still on his feet. 20 to the 15. Inside the 10. Hunter Andrews all the way to the 5-yard line.
Wow.
The big fella from Katy, Texas, rumbling inside the 10 to the 5 and a gain of 25 yards and into the Canyon View Credit Union red zone once again for Utah.
That guy he's got to be on the field more than he is. That was special right there. That was a great read, hard run there, but
he was a tremendous
explosive.
running back in high school. They've got him playing H-back and tight end now, but you saw his skills with the ball. 1st and goal, Utah, just inside the 5 of the UCLA 4-yard line. Jumbo backfield. They motion Dallin Bentley out. Turn and give it to Rogers. Nakiri picks his way forward, stays on his feet, spins down to the 1-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and goal. That is an effective formation in short yardage for Utah.
Yeah, I really like that when Jason did that in New Mexico, and I'm just so glad to see it here because it's just so hard. You just most of the time don't get that early surge from the defense, and then you just got a ton of blockers. It's like try to stop it.
2nd down and goal at about the 1-yard line here for Utah. Rogers stays in the ball game. We'll see if they go with that full house backfield again. The play clock down to 10. They are actually huddling. Now they come to the ball. Dampier goes under center. He's got Bentley in motion. Keith Olson blocking. Rogers pushing. End zone. Touchdown. Touchdown to Kerry Rogers. And Utah's done it again. They are just grinding the UCLA Bruins on the ground, and into the end zone for a Pepsi touchdown goes Rogers.
Man, it sure is a statement. Is this what's happened here on both sides of this football for Utah? They just really kind of needed this game. I think all of Utah fans needed it. So unbelievable. So impressed. I mean, I don't know what you can totally say about this. Just a butt whooping.
Curtis on for the PAT. He missed his first, but he hasn't missed since. 4 plays, 29 yards, 208, everything on the ground for Utah that time. And they punch it in the end zone yet again here tonight. Timeout on the field for the Big O Tires broadcast booth here at the Rose Bowl. It's been a while since Utah won here at the Rose Bowl. You have to go all the way back to 2018, but they're going to win tonight. They're leading 43-10 with 6:29 to play in the opener. It's Utah football from ESPN 700 and the Utes Sports Radio Network.
Since 1983, the University of Utah Crimson Club is the organization that builds champions in the classroom, competition, and in our community. Here are 3 ways you can support Utah student-athletes. Impact generations through scholarships, facilities, tickets, and sport excellence funds. Retain champions through NIL. Build your business as a corporate sponsor. Utah family, let the nation hear you through the mountains, near and far. Join the Crimson Club today. Visit UtahCrimsonClub.com or text 801-585-UTES.
Don't labor while out traveling this weekend. Look in your mirrors, look around you, and most importantly, look out for trucks as you're out on the highways and byways of Utah. The Utah Trucking Association wants all of us to get home safely. Remember, trucks aren't cars. They don't drive the same, they weigh more, are taller, and have larger blind spots. Trucks take longer to stop and don't maneuver as quickly. 1 of every 4 vehicles on Utah's highways are trucks, so look out. This friendly reminder brought to you by the Utah Trucking Association.
It's a game changer. That chill coming in from your old drafty windows is costing you big time.
No kidding, Nate. Just like a bad call on the field, it's a major fumble for your home's energy efficiency.
But here's a play that always works. It's time to call Advanced Window Products.
We're a Utah-based, family-owned company manufacturing top-quality, energy-efficient windows.
Plus, our windows come with a lifetime warranty.
Don't let your money go out the window.
Our fall special is $2,500 off when you buy 10 or more windows. Call Advanced Window Products at 801-850-9100 for a free quote.
ESPN 700 and Sound Warehouse have been football fans together for over 47 years. Chances are you scored your first car stereo system at Sound Warehouse. Now, because of amazing technologies, they can do so much more. They'll rock your car, your boat, your Harley, your side-by-side, or your Jeep. Lifetime installation, labor warranty, no credit needed, 90-day purchase option. And if you tell them you listen to ESPN 700, get $50 off a video system and backup camera. Salt Lake, Ogden, and Orem, or online at soundwarehouse.com. The Warehouse, Sound Warehouse. On ESPN 700 and the Utes Sports Network.
Back in the Rose Bowl, 6:29 to play. All Utah, 43-10. Utah, here's some numbers. 456 total yards. You like balance? Well, you got balance tonight. 250 on the ground, 206 through the air. Devin Dampier is 21 of 25 for 206 yards, 2 touchdowns, both to tight ends. He's also run it tonight for 87 yards and a touchdown. Parker's got 62 yards and a touchdown. Rogers has 61 yards and a touchdown. Snowden's got 15 yards and a touchdown. Utah's got 4 rushing touchdowns tonight. And Hunter Andrews ran on that last drive for 25 yards. It's been an impressive night, and they've spread the ball around. 8 different Utes have caught passes tonight. Snowden with 6 grabs, Bentley with 5, Buchanan with 3, Davis with 3. So they have been very, very economical in the way they've spread that ball around tonight. But 21 of 25 for 206 for Devin Dampier.
Yeah, I've described it as a patchwork of production, and you just get a lot of people that just add a little bit to it. It gets a lot of people involved. You know, people are excited. They're going to play better. They're going to try harder, and it's hard to defend. But
you can hear the Utah fans making noise. There's more red here than there is blue now. Yeah. But the UCLA fans have all headed home, and Utah fans are staying to celebrate.
Yeah, but Devin Dampier, boy, just so elusive. I mean, wow. Better than I thought. I'd say tenfold better than I thought.
There will be better competition for sure this year, but this is also a first game for Utah, and it's been relatively clean. Nico stays in the ball game. First down handoff, flags fly, and we're going to have procedure here against UCLA. A little movement on the right side.
False start. Offense number 28. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Got the tight end Jack Peterson for moving a little early that time. That penalty against UCLA. Back him up 5 yards.
Please restore the game clock to 6:29.
And, you know, not been a lot of penalties. I mean, pretty clean game, both sides of the ball.
1st and 15 back at the 20 now as Iamaleava operates out of the shotgun. Tailback next to him takes the handoff. And Javion Thomas going nowhere. He is stacked up and taken down. That's Poo-Poo.
Hey, love it.
Sepa Polona in there for the tackle, along with Jonu Hall.
Well, this is where, you get guys getting opportunities to play, and it just helps you. You have blowout games, and they help you in so many ways. Developing players, keeping guys healthy, it's a big deal.
2nd and 15 now for Iamaleava. Going to hand it again. Thomas trying to pick his way forward again. Jonu Hall wraps him up around his ankles and takes him down. Helped out by Paul Fitzgerald that time, but the Utah defense is not backing off, much like the Utah offense did not back off. 3rd down and long coming up.
Yeah, Jonu Hall, a year ago, I don't know that he reads this. He doesn't play as downhill as he did. He's really, he's a guy we don't talk a lot about. We should, because he's a talent, and he's really figured out how to play linebacker.
He checks out. Trey Reynolds, who had the pick on the last drive, checks in. 3rd down and 15. Iamaleava's just going to hand it off again in a short gain out to about the 25-yard line. That time for Anthony Woods, and that's almost like waving the white flag right now for UCLA. You've got 4th down and 10 coming up.
Wow.
It's an interesting call on 3rd down, but I guess you're going to go for it here on 4th down. Doesn't matter if you lose 43-10 or what. Oh, now they're going to bring the punt team out.
Almost felt like that was a drive that says, we're playing for next week.
Yep.
It's just like, we have to run plays because we're required, but we're really not trying.
See if Rayshon Glover gets a chance at a return here. They almost blocked Will Carroll's last punt. He stands at his own 10. Glover stands at his own 30-yard line. Straightaway punt here from Carroll. It's a pretty good one. High hanging kick. Glover going to take it. He is, and a fair catch. At about the 26-yard line, they'll mark it at the 27. And that's where Utah will begin 1st and 10. Will we see Devin Dampier this drive, or will we see Isaac Wilson this drive?
I sure hope it's Isaac.
Bert Ficklen's coming out.
Oh, hey.
3rd string quarterback Bert Ficklin getting a go here.
All right.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
He was definitively 3rd string coming out of fall camp.
Yeah.
And he's on the field here before Isaac Wilson tonight for Utah.
And I like shotgun. Not because he's left-handed, but I like a lot of what he does.
Handoff. Nate Johnson's got it. Nate's to the 30 and spins out of that. And down to about the 32-yard line for a gain of 5 on 1st down. Good to see Nate Johnson involved tonight.
Yeah, Nate's such a burner, and that's kind of his forte, is getting out on the edge on those fly sweeps.
Stevenson in the ball game as a wide receiver. Nate Johnson in. Otto Tia at tight end.
Otto Tia is a guy that may help Utah down the road. He's just got to transition from one position to another. Could be a guy that could really provide some production. And again, these reps, I'm telling you, Bill, they're just so valuable to these younger guys and to gain some experience.
2nd down and 5 from the 32-yard line. Handoff going straight ahead. Into the pile they go, and out to about we'll call it about the 37-yard line. Very close to 1st down yardage. Did they give it to him? No, they're going to say 3rd down and short coming up here.
Yeah. There's not a lot of crowd here left in the game when you can hear the players, their shoulder pads smacking all the way up here from the top of the stadium. You can hear all the noise. You can hear all the game calls. Pretty quiet stadium, which is just the best music you could hear on the road.
Except for all those Utah fans in that end zone on that far side. 3:10 to play. 3rd down and inches here for Utah from the UCLA, or from their own, I should say, 37-yard line. Bird Ficklin brings Nate Johnson in motion. Bird's going to keep it himself. That's 1st down yardage straight ahead. Beyond the 45, still on his feet, 50. Into UCLA territory goes Bird Ficklin, and down to the Bruin 48-yard line. That's a 15-yard gain on 3rd and short for Bird Ficklin.
Well, he almost busted it and scored a touchdown right there. It's pretty close, but tough run. And,
Bird's a true freshman, too.
Yeah.
He came early. He came in January when he was 17 years old and came into this program. They like him a lot, his upside for the future. Oklahoma kid.
Well, I'm sure when you go, okay, who's the better runner, because you're trying to run the game out, so let's put Bird in the game because he's going to run, he's a better runner than Isaac. If we're going to have to throw it, do something like that, then Isaac's probably more prepared for that.
1st and 10 from the UCLA 48-yard line. Bryce Duke next to Bird Ficklin takes the handoff. Bryce to the outside. No, Bird's going to keep it himself. Good fake that time. He gets to the 45 and just punished right there at the 45-yard line. He goes out of bounds after about a 3.5 yard gain. It was Robert Stafford III that hit him, and Ficklin shakes that one off.
Yeah, Bird probably should have handed that ball off, but he got a little cocky there, got a little confidence, like, give me the ball. Got to stay in bounds. There we go.
Well, we've hit the 2-minute timeout, and we'll probably have some knees coming here soon. All Utah tonight, 2 minutes to play. Timeout on the field. Utah 43, UCLA 10. Second half tonight being brought to you by University of Utah Health. This is Utah Football from ESPN 700 and the Utes Sports Radio Network.
America First is proud to be the official credit union of University of Utah Athletics. Since 1939, America First has been providing Utahns with access to all the products, tools, and services they need to get their money working and make the most out of every dollar they earn, save, or spend. Whatever financial goals you've set for yourself, your family, or your business, America First is here to make sure you've got what you need to succeed. Helping your money do more has never been easier. Just head to americafirst.com and join the home team today.
Canyon View Credit Union is making college life better with Rewards Checking, the checking account that rewards you back for simply doing your thing. Grab a snack, points. Late night study fuel, more points. Plus, there's no minimum balance and no monthly maintenance fee. Rack up points and redeem them for gift cards, merch, and more. Open your Rewards Checking account today at Canyon View Credit Union, because getting rewarded for life on campus is just smart. Visit canyonviewcu.com today. Federally insured, NCUA.
There are plenty of reasons Big O is the team you trust, and tires is only the first. We've got your bag from the bottom of your car to the top. No matter what your concerns are, Big O's experienced technicians have you covered. Service. It's one more reason Big O is the team you trust.
Shaping a game plan for your family's health care involves more than just X's and O's. It's being there when you need them most or when you least expect it. As the trusted healthcare provider for the Utes family and yours, University of Utah Health has the right playbook for keeping your team healthy no matter what age or need. Get the same care the Utes rely on by visiting uofuhealth.org. That's uofuhealth.org.
This is where the Utes live on game day and every day. KALL North Salt Lake, KXRK HD3, ESPN 700 and 92.1 FM. You're listening to Utah Football, brought to you by America First Credit Union on ESPN 700 and the Utes Sports Network.
Our second half tonight brought to you by University of Utah Health and Sports Medicine experts, giving you the same great care they give the Utes. Find them online at sportsmed.uofuhealth.org. Give them a call, 801-587-2222. All Utah here, 2 minutes to play. From the UCLA 44-yard line, second down. Handoff, Bryce Duke. Bryce stays on his feet, pushes toward the 39, picks up about 6 yards. He'll be about a yard shy of it. They really like their running back room a lot. We didn't even call Daniel Bray's name tonight, but Bryce Duke's a guy that had a really good fall camp and practice, too. That's why he's getting some carries here.
Yeah, the running game just in general has been just amazing. Both the running backs, quarterback, the offensive line. Hunter Andrews it showed me something there.
Spread the wealth around tonight for sure. They're going to let the play clock trickle down. 10 seconds on the play clock as they break the huddle here. A minute 20 to play. Third down and a yard from the UCLA 39-yard line. Bird Ficklin takes the snap, hands it to Bryce Duke. He's got first down yardage. And Utah is going to be able to take a knee and finish this one out here at the Rose Bowl tonight. The clock will stop briefly for a moment. Then they'll roll it. Then Utah will let it trickle to about 40, take a knee, and get out of here with the first W of the year.
Best formation in football right here is the victory formation.
I thought it was 5 wides. I thought that's what you quarterbacks did, 5 wides.
Nah, you finish the game, boy. If you're in the victory formation at the end, that's what you want to do. So.
Clock running, 53, 52, 51, and 50 seconds. Utah's going to let it trickle down here. They're going to break the huddle. 5 on the play clock, 4 on the play clock. Bert Ficklen's going to go under center. He's going to backpedal, take a knee, and that's going to do it here tonight. The University of Utah in a new offensive era here at Pasadena at the Rose Bowl. Make an emphatic statement that their offense is better, it is improved, and this is a good Utah football team. They win it here tonight by a final score of 43-10, and it is a great night to be a Ute here in Southern California.
It's unbelievable, and I mean, I'm trying to think of something here that you could be disappointed in, and you'd be really nitpicking at a lot of things. I know games aren't perfect, but boy, this was a statement by Utah. They have turned a corner, and this could be a really, really exciting year for this team. They're kind of deep on both sides of the ball. I mean, they really are. I mean, it's very explosive offensively. Looks like they've got some really nice depth at the defensive line. Really got after the quarterback tonight. Got pressure, and just, wow, just an exceptional thing. And kind of going to be fun to see how these defensive players play into the offense as the season goes on, because that's going to be a thing. And, you know, how fresh can they be? You know, how can you keep them kind of effective on both sides of the ball? It's going to be a